Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Lock, with an E. Now, a lot of people for many, many years have been asking me to do OnlyFans. And so that's what we are doing tonight. This is my OnlyFans live. That was supposed to go smoothly, that show. All I have to do is, oh! Oh! I just ripped my jacket.
You did. We could audibly hear that. Well, it is your OnlyFans show, so.
So the only question I have is, where should I pop my clothes?
Yes, darling. Well,
these chairs are definitely not made for me.
they're quite restrictive.
They are. If they're restrictive for you, imagine what my bottom's having to contend with.
Darling.
Darling, yes.
Yes.
Oh, this is Alan Ennis, by the way.
Good morning. Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yes, that's all we're talking about tonight.
I want to see where I ripped the jacket.
Yes, I'm quite curious as well.
I did say it would be a bit of a pain to get into this chair.
So when you came to me and I was on my phone, I wasn't being unprofessional. I was working out the cost of running this fan with the cost of today's electricity, and you will be very delighted and excited to find out that cost when I get to it.
And that is?
Well, in due course.
In due course. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in all seriousness, despite the slick opening, I've just created a slick opening in my jacket. To say this is a fan is to say that a Bugatti Veyron is a car. Or that technically it's true, but actually the Veyron's quite old now. What's the new one? The Aventador, or I don't know, I forget.
Lamborghini Aventador.
No, that's right, that's Lamborghini, yeah, I forget anyway, but you get the idea. This is the supercar of fans. It's more, I always describe it, Alan, as an air mover, because a fan kind of cuts the air. This has got more of a propeller in it, really, that sucks and blows.
And the thing about it is, folks, is that when we sat down genuinely for a good 20 minutes earlier over there, talking about how brilliant these are.
Yeah,
me and you.
Well, the last 2 nights, it was so hot in the studio because I'm convinced they haven't got the air conditioning working yet. 30 feet away from us, we had this very fan, and Mike thought it was the air conditioning in the studio. I said, no, it's the Bonaco fan. It literally kept us cool, even from that great distance.
Yeah.
So how is it different from a fan? Why is it different from a fan? Why should every household have one?
Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about these tonight, and I'm going to talk to you about the Halo, which is there beside me, and I'm going to tell you that this fan here is the best fan that you can possibly buy, and I mean that without any question. This here, on the other hand, does something a lot more, and I'll tell you about that in a while. But why you should have this is, Rob just mentioned about fans chopping the air. So when you buy one of those regular fans that goes left and right, clickety-clack, this is what you get. This is one of the blades, okay? It's slightly smaller. I know you might say, mine's bigger than that. Yeah. But what I want to show you is that.
Well, it might be wider, but not deeper.
Yeah, maybe that way, yeah. Wider, bigger, whatever, yeah.
Sure.
But if you look at the profile of it, it's like it's been run over by something because it is really, really flat.
Yeah.
Now this, as you said quite rightly, is chopping the air. Okay, I think it's causing friction, quite frankly.
Right.
But let me now introduce in the blade for the Bonaco and have a look. I'm just going to move out of the way so camera 4 can get that with the background, okay?
Yeah.
Look at the difference. Can you see that depth? Can you see the angle?
It's like you, Alan. It's got real depth.
It's got real depth, yeah. But look at
that, as you said, that is more of a propeller.
Now,
and a propeller is designed to expel water backwards, but draw water in and expel it backwards.
Exactly.
So,
if you imagine, right, when you look at a propeller on a boat, right, an outboard engine, they're tiny compared to what you think.
Yeah.
They don't need to be much bigger than that because of the way they work. Okay, they're very efficient. But if it was only pushing, and it's trying to push a boat with 2 or 3 or 4 people inside of it, well, it's going to be under massive strain.
Of course.
So how it counteracts that is it sucks in the air
or
and
the water,
pushes the air, or the water.
Yeah.
Sucks in the water, pushes the water.
Yeah.
So Bonaco said we want to do that, and they've adjusted this for to do exactly that.
Well, there is a similar principle that is used in aircraft, of course, a similar type of concept.
Yeah.
And it's called a jet.
Jet engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So really, this is, it's more of a turbine jet,
it is
propeller type of thing,
so
you know.
what this is here is designed in Switzerland, and by the way, won the Red Dot Award for design, and I think it looks amazing.
Yeah.
That's why I genuinely have these in my house. That's where this is situated, just here, okay, the blade. Now remember about the sucking in of the air and the pushing out of the air, okay? So just remember that, okay, and that's happening just there. So now I'm going to talk you through the principles of this and why it's so good. So you've got 4 speeds on this. You may wonder why we have a balloon in there, which is heavily weighted.
Look, it's, you can't, I don't know if anyone's even seen that yet.
Have they seen it?
Look.
Now the reason that I put that there is I want to just show you something, okay? I want to just tilt that forward and just show you the vortex of air. Even though it's now forward of the fan, it's still holding it in because the air is coming out in a vortex, and that's really, really important.
Yeah,
now,
we can show that actually. Yeah.
Look at, you see it coming back into the fan as well.
It's a tunnel or a funnel of air.
Now here's actually a little animation to show this, and it gives you this kind of more of a visual idea. So it spins that air, and I'll explain how that happens in a minute, forcing the air up. Now we all know that the air at the lower part of the room, again we discussed this earlier, in the lower part of the room is cooler. So it's drawing that in and then forcing it up, disturbing the warm air that's up above, forcing that around and moving it. Now we all know that moving air is cooling air.
Right.
If you're sitting on the beach or you're in the garden, sun is shining, really, really hot, and then a breeze comes across you, first thing you do is you go,
oh,
breeze.
Yes.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
This is what Beneco does imperiously. I'm going to show you.
So number one, if you have it pointing to the ceiling, it's drawing the cool air from the floor.
Yes.
It's firing it up to the ceiling, displacing the hot air in the ceiling.
Yes.
And showering you with cool air, as we just showed you.
And it's cooling everybody in the room.
And you don't have to use it. You can have it on you directly as well if you wish, which is also very, very nice. It just depends entirely on you.
I have the 230 in my bedroom. Right? Actually, I have the 220. It's just a little bit lower. Missing one of these. And there are times in the absolute extreme heat that I will angle it down away from bouncing it around onto me, and I get the cold on here on my legs, and my body actually causes a pain.
Right, it's that cold.
So cooling.
So you recommend, because obviously it's about to get really hot. We're at the 28s. I've looked at the temperatures. This will, by the way, can I say, this will be shipped to you tomorrow. You should have it within a day or two, just in time for the really big temperatures. So do it now, do it quick.
As we know, Rob, we can't make promises on that, but I know for a fact.
We'll do our best anyway.
That Chris and Tony Mott at the company will have this packaged in the morning, as you said, and they will put that out to you tomorrow.
Then it's in the hands of the mailing gods.
Exactly, most likely going to be with you, as you said, tomorrow.
But I want to make a distinction here. I want to be really emphatic about the fact that a normal fan, yes, it can cool you down a little bit, of course, but once it gets to a certain heat, all it's doing is just moving hot air around. That's all it's doing. Whereas this is cooling the air because of the sheer volume of air that it is moving.
1,260 cubic meters of air an hour.
So close the windows in your home. Look, it's never going to be 100% as effective as air conditioning, but that's thousands and thousands of pounds. For £159.99, and by the way, you do get a bonus desktop fan as well for that. This is probably the best cooling solution in the fan category that money can buy.
Without any question.
Without a doubt.
I've been dealing with fans for a long time and products like this. I've been...
Me too.
Yeah, you're big fans. I literally, it's been my career for 24 years is testing products as well for companies. This is by far the best. So I want to show you this, okay, because this is really what makes this go wow. So if we remember that fan blade is there, so it's sucking in air, okay, through the back of this here.
Why is it?
This is also concave.
I was going to ask, why is that?
More surface area, more area for air to come in. And this here, this vent is drawing in air, as is that vent drawing in air.
There goes your balloon.
Okay, so let's talk about the air that it's drawing in, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this anemometer up, okay? And I'm going to show you the speed of the air. I'm going to
keep that thing away from me.
Speed of the air that's bringing. Let me actually change this unit to kilometers an hour because we're all a bit more familiar with that.
Oh, really? That means nothing to me.
Because you miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll do that as well. So 7 kilometers per hour, at least 7.5 kilometers an hour. The air speed is going into the back of the fan.
Yeah.
Now, if I bring this sideways here and I put the animator here, you will see also
about the same
that is drawing it in at that speed too. Where's the little light button? Just there. at 6.7, 6.8, getting up toward, there you go, over 7 kilometers an hour as well.
Yeah.
Now, this is where the clever part comes in, because the guys at Beneco know that moving air is cooling air. So they bring it in here at over 7 kilometers an hour. But what they do is, if you look at the surface area of the bottom here and put in the surface area of these vents, well, they are much larger than the area that the air can come out.
Oh, so it's like putting your finger over the end of a hose pipe.
Exactly. They have thickened the walls just here. The walls are much thicker going around. So where the air is coming out now is further squished. And as a result, are you ready for this now? This really is incredible. The air is coming out at double the speed it's going in. More than double, 16, nearly 17 kilometers an hour. Now we know.
What is that in miles an hour? Is that fast? I don't know.
Let me just change it for you. It's about 10 miles an hour.
Oh, so that's a sprint, isn't it? 10 miles an hour.
Miles an hour. There you go. So there you go. Over 10 miles per hour.
Now I get it.
So basically, the way to work that out is 8 is 5. So 8 kilometers is 5 miles. So if it's 16 kilometers, it's 10.
Okay.
So that's the speed of the air that is coming in. Now this is why, if we just excuse, I know this is going to do his mic in, but but you couldn't sit with that on you.
No, do it again. Do it again.
But you wouldn't sit there.
Oh, I bloody well would.
And leave that on you. Oh. I guarantee you, after a minute or two, you go, please take that off me. It's too there's too much air coming out of it.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't tend to aim this at ourselves. Now, what you can do is, if you were sitting on a chair here and there's somebody sitting on a chair, aim it from over there directly in the middle of the two of you if you want. But the way this works is up to the ceiling. So it's up with the air and firing it, and it showers down.
The whole room. Like a ceiling fan almost.
Yes, exactly.
But without the fear that I always had of it falling off at night and cutting you into pieces.
And look at this. So all of the air that you see from the whole room is now moving with this here.
Does it continue to cool the air down? Once the hot air is displaced and it goes down and cools, it creates a circulation of cool air.
It creates the whole circulation.
Yeah.
So we were sitting today, now this is I've got a 235 in my living room, right, which is one that we don't have here tonight.
It's the same as this with Bluetooth.
Same as that with Bluetooth. And I was sat there today and my daughter went, "Oh, Daddy, it's so muggy in the living room." And I turned it on with my phone.
Yeah.
And she went, "How could that get so cool all of a sudden?"
Yeah.
So I've just turned on the Beneco.
Now, so even on a hot day, like 28, 30 degrees, shut the windows, shut the blinds as well to keep the direct sunlight out.
Yeah.
And use just that.
Just that.
And you'll be amazed.
Now, at night time, I need to explain.
And keep it on all day?
So, yeah. Now, I'll come to the cost in a moment, because you can keep this on all day.
Well, Kieran, our director, said he's got these and he hasn't turned them off for 2 weeks.
Now, here's the thing, right, is that when you're sitting at home, or you're in the bed at night time, this is how I describe this best, right? So you're lying there, and it's not like a normal fan that's just hitting you, or one of those ones that goes around the room, and it will be on you for a moment, and then pass you by, and then go over there, and
then you got to wait for it to come back,
and then come back over for you for a second. Then I'm waiting, and it gets me, and then it goes over there.
Yeah.
This here is you constantly feel it cooling from it. And I promise you that. Lying in the bed at night time, right? Okay, lying in the bed at night time. The only way I can describe this best is a blanket of cool air. You're lying in the bed, and sometimes I just kick the blankets off me. I've actually got a mulberry silk duvet, genuinely.
Oh, so you don't need to, yeah.
And over comes this blanket of air. It's not a wind.
That's it pointing at the ceiling or directly?
Up at the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then it comes down the back wall, and you can feel it.
And you can angle, so depending on where you position it in your bedroom, you just sort of angle it to just above you, so that it's almost like snooker, isn't it? That it hits the cushion.
So if it's over there, we'll aim it. That way you go bang,
up and down.
Bang, up and down. Now, here's the thing, okay? Can you feel the cooling air of this? Can you feel this is cooling?
Yeah.
And the reason
our studio ceilings are about 15 feet high, aren't they?
We are not getting the benefit of the air coming back down.
No.
Because what air is going up and hitting is going to this massive studio.
Enormous studio, yeah.
What we're feeling is the air being sucked in here. So it's pulling in the air from all over the place.
And it's around us.
And it's moving that air, and it's moving it around.
I love by the way, I love this. This is all metal construction. It is beautifully designed. You could put a plant on the bottom if you wanted to, or some sort of decorative tchotchke, whatever you prefer. Somebody's even suggested a bucket with ice in it if you really want to cool the room down.
You can. So where you would do that, if you really wanted to, is I would take off the 2 poles. We will do that for you in a minute, and have it right down low, a bucket or a bowl of iced water underneath, and it just pulls that cold air out and fires it into the room, and does act almost like an air conditioning unit. People do that in their conservatories and stuff like that.
Clever.
But you can do that.
But also you can direct the the air with this, can't you? So let's say even during the winter, sometimes there are rooms in your home, maybe upstairs, stays very hot because it gets the sun, but it's cool downstairs and it's cool outside. You could always open a window, and you can then use this to draw air, cool air, from wherever you want it, or from wherever it is to wherever you want it.
Yeah. Or even, like it showed just there, a second ago, putting it at the bottom of your stairs. Because did you ever go, you're upstairs at night time and you're really hot and you say, oh, I need to get a drink, and you come downstairs and it's always cooler downstairs. And you go, why is it cooler down here? It's not like that. Put it at the end of the stairs, fire up that cool air. Coming up at 16 kilometers an hour, over 10 miles an hour, it's been sent up that stairs. Yeah. Now, I want to come to a couple of important things for you, okay? And this really is important because we're talking about sleeping with this, okay? Sleeping with this.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, you know. I'm going to show you something here, okay? So what I have here is a decibel reader on my phone. Right. So I'm going to open this decibel reader up, and I'm going to first of all tell you a few things. So if we look at this decibel reader here, it shows you the level of the sound, the decibel reading, but it also shows you what it is like. So now it's going kind of loud and stuff like that, and quiet room, etc. Now this is beside this Beneco that's on at number 4. It's on this top speed.
Well, you're also talking, of course.
And watch this, okay? When I stop talking. Quiet home, 50 decibels. Right next to it, okay?
Yeah, that's about 50 decibels, also about the sort of volume of a fridge.
Volume of a properly working fridge, freezer, which you don't sit there going, no, you used to years ago.
Well, maybe,
When you're sitting there, you don't notice them.
Now, do you know the other thing I can't wait to do about it when I get mine? Yeah. One of the things I can't wait to experience when I get mine. And I asked a few people about this because when I'm not going to mention where I used to live, but in my room where I used to
I bet you lived in your house, didn't you?
In my house, that's where it was. I knew it. At the bottom of my street.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I had an air conditioning unit, and they're quite noisy, you know, and they really, you know, they take a few nights to get used to the noise of them. Yeah. But after a while, you become used to it, and it actually acts almost like a white noise machine. And it drowns out all the other sounds. And I found I used to sleep, apart from being very cool, I used to sleep so well. I wonder, because that's got a wonderful, lovely sound to it. That's a constant sound. I think that will have a similar effect.
What's a beautiful sound? The sound of the seashore with that breeze. That's what you like. It's moving air. That's what it's doing. Now, I really want to get to the cost of this, okay? Yes. So now I've put it in as the average cost. Now this is important that we get this clear. The average cost right now of a kilowatt of electricity in the UK is 27.5 pence. Okay. Okay. So what I've done is I have worked that out, and I put in that this is 33 watts of power is what it uses.
What is 33? 33.
Yeah. Don't say it. And a third. So I have put this in. All right. To use this for 8 hours every day. Yeah. Which camera would you like this on, Kieran? Have a look at the cost to run this fan for 8 hours a day. Yeah. I have it done for a day, a week, a month, or even your year. 7 pence a day. Oh. £2.20 a month, or £26.35.
So 24 hours would be 21p.
21p for 24 hours.
So about a penny an hour.
Less than a penny an hour.
Less than a penny.
So that just goes to you now. I don't know who's going to have this on, because you're usually out at work. If you have this on in your living room, you come home at 6 o'clock in the evening or 7 o'clock. You put this on, you cool the place down. Okay, you go to bed by 10, half 10, 11, whatever that is.
You know what you could do? You could have them on those smart. If maybe you've got a smart home or smart switches or time switches or things like that, or you can ask Alexa or Google or. Do it.
But the thing is, the minute you turn this on, you get an instant effect.
So you don't need to wait for it to cool the room down.
Just walk in, turn it on, just turn it on, and away you go. Now, you've got 4 speeds on this. Now, first of all, I just want to show you, next I should say, I want to show you and talk to you about the front of this, okay? Yeah. Because these are very, very specifically built, okay, and very specifically designed. And designed in such a way that these are not just curved like that just to look pretty. They have been scientifically tested that the air that's coming out at 16 kilometers an hour on its maximum speed is, as it comes out these, and they're ever so slightly tilted that way as well, the air is forced to spin, okay? And it's forcing it to spin, and that's what's giving us that vortex. Where's the balloon gone? I'll get that balloon.
It's right there, yes,
right there. So I'm going to show you that balloon again in that vortex. I have to turn it right down to speed 1, okay?
And you've had to put a weight on the balloon as well, otherwise it would disappear up.
I've had to put loads of that heavy tape on it.
Yeah,
if not, it would fly away. You ready? Now, just to show you, look at it's not got helium in it or anything.
It's a regular balloon.
Hey! So if I didn't have that on
you could put several balloons. Actually, these would be great at parties. You have several balloons in there.
Yeah, you could. And there you go. And that's keeping it in that vortex. Now, watch this. If I cover, you can see my hand when I put it in is breaking that vortex, and it's interfering with it. And it's changing the loft.
But I love the fact, could you tilt it forwards again? Look, it's such a powerful vortex. It stays in there. Even if now that's at a 45-degree angle.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Unfortunately, you're not seeing it very well because it's being tilted towards you. But there's about a 2 foot.
Well, let's do this. Let's come back with this.
Yeah.
And let's turn it. Now, it really is. It's a magical fan, and I really mean that. I don't mean it has actual magic, but you know what I mean.
Well, no.
I genuinely think that they are the best fans, bar none.
It's literally almost above my head.
Look at that. Now, that shows you the vortex and how that vortex works. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
And if you want multiple balloons,
you can see them.
I just love it.
It's amazing. And you know, I have pontificated about these for the last 4 years since
honestly, I love this man dearly. He's a very close friend of mine. But sometimes you just want to say, all right, enough already with Bonecos, you know. Honestly, because I tell you what, I remember the first day I think I launched these actually on that other channel. I was one of... I think I was either... No, I'm pretty sure I launched them with Chris.
With Chris Smart.
I know I launched something with Chris. I think it was these. And they were an instant hit. And I remember the first time you got yours, I remember you telling me about how amazing
I come in the morning
and then you became a brand ambassador for them because you loved them so much.
Genuinely, and I really mean this, I cannot tell you how much I love Boneco fans. I would never have another fan in my house.
No, right.
So I went into where we used to work, right? And it was about 6:30 in the morning. It could have been actually 5, I think it was 6:30. And I walked in, and Ellie, my wife, had just told me I had an air conditioning unit that I cannot use it anymore because the electricity bill went up like that. So she said, not happening. Because I had a tendency to sit with it all day. Yeah. So when I went in and I wasn't allowed to use the air conditioning unit, I went in the next morning and I saw this and the 120, the slightly smaller one, which we do have on the website, I'm sure. I saw them and I said to Nipper, the floor manager, said, "What is that? That looks amazing." He said, "It's a fan." And he quickly told me, and I immediately, 2 hours later, I immediately bought 2.
I remember it. I remember it well.
And then about a week later, after having it, I walked in and Chris was there, and I went and he was setting them up, and I said, "Are you the guy who brings these in?" And he went, "Yeah." He said, "My name is Chris." I said, "I'm Alan." "Chris, I've got to tell you," and I just went off into one, telling him how it's changed my sleeping pattern, how it's changed everything, how amazing it is, how I suffer from the heat, how it does this, and he went, "Wow, you love them more than I do." And I went, "Honestly." And he said, "Alan, would you do me a favor?" He said, they want me to do a show next week and I can't do it. I'm not here. Do you want to do it for me? And I went, "I would love to." And from that day on, I am just become the brand ambassador for him. He does little or no shows. I do them all for him.
I want to ask you a couple of questions, actually.
Yes,
so,
please.
As I'm here at the quick fire round. As I'm here on your behalf, ladies and gentlemen, to ask the questions that you're not in the studio to ask. Although you can, of course, email studio@shopontv.co.uk, and we will pipe any questions that you have through to the studio, through to me, and I'll ask Alan. So, Alan, if this were Mastermind, your special subject were fans. No, fans.
Fans.
Because I know you have tried just about every fan there is, haven't you?
Yes. Only fans.
Only fans. So if I think we've done that joke to death. Why is this different? Well, I can go out and spend 30 quid on a fan.
Yes, you can.
Why for 160 quid? Although you do get the extra desktop fan as well.
One.
Why would I spend so much more? What's the difference? How much better is it? Can it really be?
It's like saying, why should I buy a bicycle or why should I buy a car? Because the difference in cycling and driving, that is the difference in a regular fan and this.
Right.
This genuinely is the Rolls Royce. It's unlike anything that you've ever encountered. And I promise you this, when you get your Boneco home, you will sit there and go, God, he was actually right, wasn't he? You can't explain
Yeah,
how
yeah.
good these are, because you aim them at the ceiling and you feel that shower and you're just like, wow, I do not need, or I do not want an air conditioning unit anymore. Even if...
Well, that'll save you, well, hundreds if it's a domestic one, or,
Yeah.
or an indoor one.
And expensive too.
Thousands if you have it installed.
I love these, just the way they work, the way they've been designed. Swiss design, Red Dot Award winners.
And, yeah.
This is a new level.
And it's all metal, beautiful. Yeah. Let's talk about the construction, because the other thing is also, you do get what you pay for. You pay 30 quid for a fan and they'll be cheap as chips.
Yeah.
And by the way, you try and buy a fan next week when it's 28, 30 degrees, I bet you the prices will have gone up.
Yeah.
And if there's even any availability and you manage to get it at all, get one at all. Because I don't know, aren't we rubbish? We always, a lot of us anyway, buy things out of necessity. So it's, you know, every time we've sold fans on telly, it's always just as it's got hot. It's never before it's got hot.
Yeah.
It's always a panic, a reactive, I'm hot, give me something, give me something. So I tell you this though, once you've got this, you won't need to buy any other fan, you won't use any other fan, we don't believe, because it's such a different experience altogether. It's closer to air conditioning than it is to the fan experience. Even when it gets really hot, because your regular 30 quid, 50 quid, 60, 80, 90, 100 quid fan, depending on its features, once you get up to about 26, 27 degrees, you're just moving the hot air around. It will have no cooling effect whatsoever, because all the fan is really doing is just chopping. In fact, the only cooling effect it will have is that because you are sweating so profusely, you're getting the evaporative effect of the sweat it'll assist in evaporating your sweat, but that's about it. It's minimal. Believe me, I used to live in America. I lived in Nevada for 2 years, and I lived in Los Angeles for just over 10 years, and they are both deserts, and they get very, 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 very hot in the summer. So, and in fact, Los Angeles is, well, and most of Nevada is hot all year round. So you don't really have seasons, it's summer, and that's about it. So believe me, I know a thing or two about cooling air and staying cool. And it's one of those things, it's very easy to stay warm, but it's a pain in the bum and very, very difficult to stay cool. And fans, because I did the same as you, my first summer in Los Angeles, I bought a big fan, powerful fan, meaty fan, expensive fan. And boy, that thing was quick, and it showered you with air. But only up to about 25, 26 degrees Celsius. After that, it had no effect. It just blew hot air at you. This will not. You could get up to into the 30s, and it will still help cool the air down. Now, the hotter it gets, obviously, the effect will diminish slightly, I would imagine, but it's still going to keep cooling you, because it's not a fan. I mean, to say it's a fan is to say that a propeller is a fan. Technically it is. It's a water fan, right? A jet or a turbine, that's a fan. Well, technically it is. It has a fan, it has propellers or a fan in it. But they perform a very, very different job. You know, the little clickety-clack fan that you have at home is not going to lift an aircraft off the ground. It's not going to push a boat forward. Whereas the design of what is in here actually technically could. I bet you if you took that and put it on an outboard motor, it would actually move the boat.
I would move the boat.
Because it is the same kind of design.
Yes, it's the very same principle.
The very same principle. So again, as Alan said, it's night and day. You've got to stop thinking of this as a fan. This is an air mover. It moves massive. If we can show again the massive quantity of air that this moves. We've got the smoke. Look at it.
That's fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just think about it, Rob. If you do go out and you spend 50 quid on one of those pedestal fans that have the two little crossed legs at the bottom, they get bent. Right, it ends up being unstable, ends up falling over. What happens when the summer is over? You chuck it up into the loft. It gets bent, it gets broken. It starts to the fan blade starts to start banging and making noise. I promise you this, is it 4 or 5 years ago that I started working with Chris? I still have my original 120 and my original 230.
And also you keep them out because they're a piece of the furniture.
They're a piece of furniture. They look absolutely brilliant. But look at the amount of air it's moving, and you can see that smoke been drawn in and fired straight up. Now this is the configuration I was saying about putting some cool water. That's brilliant. Putting some cool water underneath it, kind of an ice bucket or something like that. That's the configuration there, and it will fire that up for you.
I'd freeze a great big block of ice or something like that.
But always put water. Do you know if you're keeping beers cold or drinks cold, put ice and water in.
Is that right?
And then
Really?
dunk it into that. That keeps it much colder, makes it much colder, much quicker.
So okay, so a bowl of water and ice.
A bowl of water with ice. Okay. Now, I want to talk to you about the construction of this because it's really important.
Yeah, and cleaning as well.
And cleaning
there
of
is
it,
such
exactly.
a thing, yeah.
You buy cheap, you buy twice. We've always said that,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So when one of these fans, as I said, I've had them, and I paid, it was way over £200 when I bought it.
Yeah.
So the fan is currently on. Just to show you that the balloon is in there, and it's not. There you go, Rob.
Oh, thank you.
Hold on for a sec.
So the 4 speeds are 1, 2, and 3 and off.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There is a 4, is
there's
there?
4 speeds.
Oh, I thought it was only 3.
So what we do is, so you can lift this and lift them away, okay, and carry it around the house. But what we can do is a button at the back, okay. So I'm just going to push the button at the back, and I don't have the strength now looking at it from that angle. There we go. Lift that out. Now the fan was on, and it is now disconnected and it's turned itself off.
Yeah.
So what I can now do is I can adjust the height, okay, by taking one of these poles out.
So you have a little locator pin. It's beautifully. Can I just have a look at that?
You certainly may.
Again, they are metal.
Metal.
And you'll notice, Alan will show you this in a moment, but they are designed in a very specific. In fact, don't let me steal your thunder.
Yeah.
You tell everybody about these because they're.
But if we look at this now slightly lower, now people say, well, why would you want it lower?
No, but Alan, why would you want it lower?
I'm really pleased you asked that, actually, Rob, because
Caught in a trap.
my fan is under the TV and it's the right height. The TV's on the wall.
Yeah.
If you have this and you want to put it down the side of the couch, you want to put it behind the couch, you want to put it alongside maybe a bookcase that's at a lower level, you want it to look prettier at that level, you can do that.
And it's offset, isn't it? So it could go under stuff.
Under stuff, exactly. Now, if I push that button, take this head off again, and now I'm going to lift this because I want to show you the base of it, okay? And you can see the base just there. Really is made of heavy stuff. So I don't think this is it's about 8 kilos the whole thing weighs. Okay, so it's really sturdy. Okay, and the size of that allows for real stability as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to take out this other one now. I'll just show you the little locator button just here. Okay, so what we do is we just press on this just here, and then that allows us to move and release this. Okay,
apparently cats like sleeping on that.
And out. Okay, now what we can do is we can put this back in. So now what we have is we have a very low fan. So now again, putting this with the bowl of ice, or perhaps putting this
night table?
On your night table, put it at the bottom of the stairs, so it's literally taking the coldest of air. If you bring this to a caravan, you want to put it up on something, you want to put this in the bay window, all of those different things. Now you can see that nice and low on the floor, okay? But now what I want to show you is if I can have that, okay?
Yes, please. I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
So these are the poles. You can hear they're metal. Okay, they're not made of rubbish stuff.
No.
But so good is the design, and this is why you're going to have these for years, is if you look at the locator just here, look at the size of that. Now, Beneco probably could have made it this long just here, from here to here, and it would have located. But then that could have
made it wobbly
and have play in it. So what we do is, and there's a flat edge, so it can only go in one way, you can see there, okay? And look at how far it goes in. Now watch this, clicks in. Even when I do that, it's
totally rigid.
It's totally rigid. It is built so beautifully.
That really, it is a deep location.
A deep location. That is proper quality.
What? I don't know what's wrong with them.
Never work with kids, animals, or Roblox. So real, just quality out the door. Okay. Now I'm going to show you about adjusting this as well. Okay, or about cleaning it, I should say. So I'll take this up here onto the desk. Okay, and I'll show.
I can't wait to get mine. I really can't.
You'll be
so
pleased with it.
I'm getting 3. I'm getting one for each bedroom and one for the living room. Or is that overkill?
No, absolutely not. No. You will. Honestly, you'll probably want. Yeah, you'll love it. Yeah. See this little screw just here? So all we do is we unscrew that just there. I'm going to turn this and see if we can see that properly. Just that little screw. Take that out.
Turn the fan off first, obviously.
Turn the fan off. And then you catch this and you simply go click and this will come out. And then you can dust all of this. And then, of course, you can, at the back of it then as well, you can take out, there's a little screw here. You just twist the same size as this, a cap. And you twist that, and then you can take the fan blades out. And
because eventually they do accumulate.
Oh, the dust is coming through the room. Yeah, so this will, what's in the room.
That big fan I had in that place I used to live, that accumulated a lot of dust. Yeah. And I couldn't clean it. Just had to throw it away eventually.
One of the things for me is I always look, as I said, for 20-something years I've been kind of a brand ambassador for lots of different things over the years. But what I've always done is tested, and I've genuinely had major companies come to me and say, right, we've got a new vacuum, we've got a new thing coming out.
Yeah.
We need you to test it before we release it or before we go into mass production. And on many occasions, I've said, nah, I don't like the idea of that. You need to change this, you need to do that, this needs to be better. And they've went off and done that. And that's just one of the things I do. But one of the things I always do is I look at the tiniest of details. And Rob, if they can be bothered doing the tiniest details really well.
The devil's in the details, baby.
Now, I want you to see this little tab just here, okay? This is embossed, it's raised lettering,
okay, lift for a sec.
That says Beneco.
Thank you.
Okay, and you can see that there.
Yeah.
And it's really thick silicon, and it really is of the highest quality. Now, Rob, you've got, there you go, look at that, that's raised, okay? That's not just printed on. Okay.
No need for it whatsoever.
No need in the
They could have just printed it on.
It's attention to detail.
Attention
Rob,
to detail,
your little one beside you, which, by the way, you get
this as a bonus.
Yeah.
So the this is normally 200 quid on its own, is that right?
And then you're getting
we
this.
give you this as a bonus, and worth every penny.
And that's from our direct.
And I know people who've paid full price for these Beneco fans.
Now, have a little look. Pick that up into your hand.
Yeah. Okay.
And have a look at the little tab on the side of that one.
Oh, it's got a little flexi tab too.
It's the same,
Actually,
and feel that it's embossed as well.
I should have. If I just turned it off. No.
Now, the good thing about this is that this is touch sensitive, okay?
Yeah.
So if you just tip the end of that, it's touch sensitive on the end. Speed 1 and speed 2. You have 2 speeds in this. Now, we give you the cable with this, but also what you can do with this is you can plug it into one of those plugs, like the plug with the USB. You can plug it into a USB thing on the wall. You can have this by your bedside if you want. You can plug it into your USB power supply on the side of your computer. Or you can have a power bank. So you can now bring this to work. Let's say you're working on one of those little cubicles and you want to put it in, the ones where you're sitting there like that, blowing it off the back and coming down and showering you. You can have it on an aeroplane if you want. You can have this on a train if you're working on a train.
Or in an automobile.
In an automobile.
Planes,
trains and automobiles.
Yeah.
Great movie. So that is your personal F50. That is a gift from us.
I love it. These are normally what, 25 quid?
29.99, 25 quid. Something
wow.
They've come down. Remember, they were 39.99 when we first launched them. Yeah. But it's like everything, as demand grows, and
of course, yeah.
Prices do come
down. But the design, the principle, everything about it, it's a miniature one of those.
In fact, let me show you something, Rob. This is quite extraordinary, okay?
Yeah.
So just to show you, in case you're thinking this can't really be that powerful. So there is a tiny little light there as well, which comes on to show you that it's on. You can't really see because we're in a bright studio. But watch this, okay? So I'm going to go back to my kilometers per hour, and I'm going to show you the speed of the air coming out of this here. So let's see what it's measuring. 7 kilometers an hour.
Not bad.
Coming out that for such a tiny fan.
That's not always about size,
Alan. It's very true.
Yeah.
But I bet you can now, if I even turn this to you, you can feel that now.
Actually, no, it actually works better at a slight distance. I had it too close to my face almost.
Yeah. Now, this is one that you would aim directly at yourself. Or, as I said, if you're working in a little cubicle, you could kind of blow it off that. But if you think about sitting on a train and you're sitting there...
I've been doing that a lot recently,
Yeah. Have this beside you on beside your computer, just blowing cool air on you. You're not disturbing anybody else. Yeah. You're just getting that cooling effect yourself, and that comes with it. The same construction, the same type of fan blade and everything in there. Same technology.
Have we had any questions, Ms. Producer? We have had an email in.
We've been inundated with an email.
We've been inundated with an email. If there's anything, so apparently it's one that can't be read on the air.
Ooh!
There are a couple of naughty ones that have come in.
Yeah.
It's almost like people seem to think that I enjoy naughty emails. Any chance we could have a little break, and because we're going to move on in a sec. But first of all, hang on, I'm just listening to the producer. There was a question. It's just come in. With the normal fan, they can sometimes get interference with the TV. Mm-hmm. And it can make lines come across the TV. Really? Right. Wow, TV. Will this do that?
Yeah. This is literally, my TV is on the wall.
Right
across there. It's right underneath the corner of my TV. Never had anything.
That sounds like the magnet in the motor, but there isn't.
Could well be.
I don't know if there is a magnet in the motor there,
could
is
well
there?
be, yeah. But this isn't. This is whatever it is. It's literally under my TV.
Don't do it. No.
Yeah.
It's a modern fan for a modern fam. Yeah. And that was who? Sorry, one at a time.
Mally.
Mally, thank you very much. Do you know what, Alan?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what Freeview is?
I do.
It's a place you can go for television.
Yes.
More television.
Free to view.
Free to view. And if you go to channel 89, there's a little place that we like to call ShopOnTV. Check it out.
And here it is.
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV. At ShopOnTV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV. At ShopOnTV, our shows feature a carefully curated collection of must-have items at budget-friendly prices. Many of our prices offer discounts and savings, bonus products, or other desirable perks such as free postage and packing that are for a limited time only, or while stocks last. There are exclusive online-only offers on our website too at shopontv.co.uk. So, be sure to bag the bargains before they're gone. Watch, shop and save with ShopOnTV.
You are watching ShopOnTV and listening to it maybe at the same time.
Yeah.
Or doing one or the other, or both, and maybe another thing we don't know about. But whatever. How are you? You all right? Now we're the only live show in town. As it occurred to us the other day, we broadcast more live hours on ITV1 and STV per week than any other show.
Wow, that's true, isn't it?
I've presented more live television than pretty much any other presenter in the country, unless they do this kind of job. There are people who do this kind of job who've done double what I've done. But I was working out because I worked with Eamon Holmes a while back, and he's done quite a bit. But I think I've still done possibly a bit more than him. I don't know. I'm not that I'm keeping score at all. But it's crazy. Well, you know, we're here every night from midnight till 3. Sometimes we're on a little later, like tonight we were on at 10 to 1. But you never know. Oh, sometimes we're on even later than that at 1:20. Just check the guide, the electronic programme guide, and see where ShopOnTV sits. And I hope that you will come and join us, because especially on Friday. No, I'm not saying Mondays to Thursdays are not fun, because they are, because Shaylee are a lot of fun. They're a Laura fun, as Sulla would say. Laura. I went to school with her kids, you know.
Silly. Legendary.
Yeah. But I was going to say, we do, at the weekend, it is a little bit more rambunctious, isn't it?
Yes, a little bit. I'm trying to find the app to run this. What was the name of the app? How do you spell it?
I don't know. TuyA.
No, there must be another one.
Okay, so this has an app.
It has an app, and I'm trying, because I use it all the time.
But if you don't want to use the app, you can also use the touch screen, or you could use the remote control.
Yes.
Or if you turn it to psychic mode, it will just do whatever you want, whatever you're thinking about.
No, it doesn't.
That part's
smart. That's what I'm looking for.
You're smart, Alan. That's what it is.
Smart.
You forgot the smart part.
Smart life.
Smart. It's a smart life.
Yes, there it is. Smart life.
Right.
Okay. So
free to download. No in-app purchases.
No in-app purchases
or ads.
I'm happy now. I can chillax. Okay. Now I'm gonna put the elephant in the room right to bed straight away. Okay.
I can't go to bed yet.
I've been telling you that the best fan you can buy is the Beneco.
Yeah, true.
Absolutely is.
Yeah.
100%. But this is a different kettle of fish completely, because this is
an air purifier.
much more, okay?
Yeah.
It is a fan. It's a bladeless fan. It comes
One would
from
say
Vibra.
that perhaps Beneco should take some of the things that this does and put them together. They do.
They do in some instances, but this one, okay, so Chris Mott and Tony Mott, wonderful people that we were, the Motts. The Motts. Wonderful people. So what Chris and Tony did is they got together and they said, well, let's get a fan designed and made that has the best of everything.
Yeah.
So they know out on the market there's bladeless fans out there that cost a lot of money. Right? So they said, let's get a bladeless fan, which means there's no blade spinning, and the air comes out the front of this just here, okay?
Yeah.
All right? There's a motor in here that's drawing in the air, and it fires the air out of the front of this.
Yeah.
Let's have a digital display.
Yeah.
Okay? And let's have lots of different functions on this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, okay? As I turn this to the side, I'm going to show you that inside here, they said, wouldn't it be lovely if we could do this?
A little mood lighting.
A little mood lighting.
Well, that's how you use it is up to you.
It's up to you. 1 lumen, 2, 3, and 4.
Actually, can I just do a bit of this?
You do anything you want.
Because I know that if I get it just right,
I can. It'll move on its own now.
No, I don't need to. Just don't have that. No. Stop. Stop.
I'm trying.
Turn off.
Should be off.
Turn off the oscillation.
Right,
No. Okay.
Now, by the way, watch the way this lights up and illuminates up. It's fab.
And by the way, you can turn the fan off, and the light works independently.
You ready for this then?
Yeah. Here we go. Turn the lights down low.
And pull your window curtains. 2, 3, and 4.
Now that's enough light for instead of a candlelit dinner, because you never know. The candle could get knocked over. It could set fire to your napkin.
You could.
And you could be near the drapes. That would then start the drapes. That would set them on light.
Yeah.
Before you know it, the whole house is burning down.
This is. Yeah.
It's a hazard. Whereas this is not.
It's not.
I mean, that is worst case scenario.
Well, that's very worst case scenario.
That really is dates gone bad.
That is. Now, what this does differently, Rob, now there's 9 speeds on this, okay? So let's show you 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 speeds.
I love this.
Okay, I'm going to turn this to you. If you cover your mic again, Rob, okay, I just want you to feel.
Now, I'll be honest with you, when you're right up close, because my face is almost completely at the hole, it's not as effective. I've got my face right at the opening. Whereas if I stand back a little bit, I get the full effect.
You get the full effect.
Yes.
Yeah. Now what this is doing is it's sending out that air out the blade here out the front in really thin like this. So it's chopping and it's pushing and it's cutting through that air to cool that down as well. But here's where this one is different, everybody, okay? So first and foremostly, I want to show you something quite brilliant about this. The air is drawn in here. Now if I take the back off of this just here, I'm going to show you
Look at the size
a rather
of that.
huge HEPA 13 filter.
Now, what's the difference between HEPA 13 and regular HEPA?
Okay, so HEPA 13 is the latest, okay?
Yeah.
And it will stop much tinier particles. It will also trap odors much better.
99.99%.
99.9%.
That extra 0.9% though
makes a huge difference.
Huge difference, yeah.
So all of the air that comes in is trapped inside of this HEPA filter. But then, listen to this, because this is where this becomes, and I mean absolutely genius. Inside here, as the air is brought in and as the air is cleaned with that HEPA 13 filter, it's then brought through, and then inside here it has a UV filter as well. Now UV light.
Yes.
But what it does is, as the bacteria and viruses go through UV, because bacteria and viruses can be so microscopic they will get through a HEPA filter.
Yeah.
And as they come out, that UV light will kill the viruses and bacteria.
And if you don't think it can, an hour on a boat in Torquay, and I got horribly sunburned.
Yeah.
And now, as you can see, I'm literally peeling.
You're peeling.
All over the place.
You're appealing.
So UV, I am appealing. I'm very appealing.
Appealing.
The UV is not to be trifled with.
Not to be trifled with. So the UV kills the viruses, bacteria. Now, let's go even further. Because now the air that's coming out here is positively charged with plasma waves. Okay?
Plasma waves.
So you've heard of putting ions, negative ions and stuff out there.
Yeah.
Now what an ion will do is, if they're sent out, and you will get some air purifiers that will put ions out into the air.
Yeah.
what it does is it goes out and it will grab onto a virus or bacteria.
Yeah.
Now, when you think about virus and bacteria, the reason they spread so much is they're airborne. So they're light enough to be floating in the air. So as we walk, you know, the air moves, they stay airborne. So now what happens is an ion will grab hold of it, but it won't kill it. It will just attract other viruses and bacteria to it until they become too heavy to be airborne. Fall to the ground.
Yeah.
They're still there.
Still alive for as long as they live.
Now you vacuum, they'll come through that HEPA again and they're back in your room. But what this does is sends out the plasma and ions.
So it's actively shooting plasma waves out
out into the air that when it gets hold of a bacteria or viruses, it literally kills it. It is.
So do you know what I call this?
What?
I call this the Death Star.
Death Star of
fans, because it shoots. Think of it like this, right? It's shooting out plasma waves into the air that are latching onto viruses and bacteria that are already in the air in your room and killing them. So it's pre-killing as much as it can.
Yeah. So
the
what's
rest
coming in
gets sucked in
and is killing,
and then gets filtered and then killed again.
Yeah.
Anything that's left, and frankly, anything that makes it out the front after all of that deserves to live.
Deserves to live.
I mean, it is extraordinary. Plus, it's an amazingly attractive piece of furniture. You've got this wonderful sort of champagne colour and this wonderful dusty grey. The wood effect legs, although those are
metal.
Sorry, that was a stupid. I didn't really think that through.
Yeah.
These are metal. That is absolutely solid.
Yeah.
They've got locator pins that allow them to very easily be taken out.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it plugs into one of the bottom legs.
Onto the bottom of the leg.
So that you don't have unsightly cables anymore.
Now, we have got timers on this as well.
Yep.
And we have got an oscillation. Now, we did say earlier on, with the Beneco fans, that you shoot them up to the air. And we talked about oscillating fans being a bit rubbish because they're off elsewhere most of the time. But this one, again, Tony and Chris Mott understood that. So what they did was they set this up as an oscillating fan with 4 different degrees: 30 degree, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, and 120 degrees.
Just do that again without speaking.
Okay.
Exterminate, exterminate.
So now you can see this is set to 90 degrees. And it will literally move 90 degrees left to right, okay? And now we can change it. I'll wait for it to come further a little bit. I can change it to 120
it's
degrees.
Even better than that, mate.
30 degrees, 60.
When it starts oscillating.
Yeah.
Can we wind that a little bit, please, Kieran, on this shot? I want to show you. I want to prove a point here. Is it going to oscillate?
Yeah.
It's not oscillating yet, though.
Right, tell me what we're going to do.
No, okay, right. So hold it there. Look, it's on the tripod, right? That's where the oscillating motor's in. Allow it to oscillate, if you would, please, sir. Now look at this. Still oscillating. How the flanging heck have they engineered that so that no matter what angle you've got it at, it still oscillates? How in the name of all that is holy?
My socks.
I mean, and it's smooth. It's just brilliant.
It is a great machine. Now, if you want something
superbly engineered.
If you want, look, this is the truth. If you just want something to be a fan, no question, the Beneco. There's no question.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm straight out with you, okay?
Because the fact is, this has been designed to be a piece of furniture. This is cleaning your air constantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Pennies a day. Are you going to talk about the electrical costs?
Now, just to show you here as well, here's the app. Okay, we can turn the UV on and off, turn the fan on and off, turn the speeds down. I don't know, some people just might like to do that. I've turned the speed down. I
want my air dirty, please.
Okay. Now you can see everything just there. I can oscillate it to 120. I can change the oscillation here. I can go into my settings. I can do a countdown. So oscillation, I'm going to put that down to 30.
Do you know what?
It's now changed it.
I live in a flat in London. I live
6-hour countdown.
A main road. And the dust that gets in my flat, this is going to cut down massively on dusting, isn't it?
In fact, you know what you could do? You're talking about getting your Benecos for the 3 of them. Yeah. You could potentially get 2 Benecos for your bedrooms
and
have this in your living room.
Because it does look nice. And what I like, now by the way, we haven't even got onto the Ring of Fire. I fell into one of those ones.
Did you?
Yeah, I went down, down, down.
Oh, and the flames got higher?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I burned. that ring of fire. But there's a green ring at the moment.
Yes.
Now, what happens when... For some reason, I've just got brown girl in the ring stuck in my head now.
La, la, la,
la, la, la, la. What's that for, and what happens after it's not green?
Let me just show that to the audience at home, okay? Because it is quite important.
Yeah.
Okay?
Can we maybe take the lights down a little bit?
So you can see just here, there's a green thing around that, okay? So what that's doing is it's telling you the quality of your air.
So it's constantly monitoring the air.
Constantly monitoring the air, and if the air becomes quite dirty, this will change to amber.
Yeah.
And then if it's very dirty, it'll go to red.
And what will that do automatically if it's on auto?
If it's on auto, which I will show you,
yeah.
I will just do that. So what we have got then is we have sleep, which when you put it on, it puts it to low, and it turns off this here, keeps that ring there, but turns everything down.
That's like
we have
the
fresh
being put to sleep.
So we have 4 different things. So that will, the fresh one basically, it's like outside, it will up the speed and down the speed and make it feel.
So it will keep the air in your entire home, or the room that it's in, constantly at optimal cleanliness level.
If you go to auto, now it's on automatic.
It is getting rid of dust, particulates.
Yes.
Let's talk about the important one. Illuminate. The big one is pollen.
Pollen. Everyone's sneezing.
Everyone say it with me. Pollen.
In fact, if we can ask Sam, I know at the back there's some air freshener or spray aerosols. If we could get that, that'd be...
Don't you call me that.
And so basically, it's monitoring now, so it has this down low. So it's cleaning your air.
Yeah.
So you're not using it as a fan right now, you're just using it as cleaning your air.
Yeah.
So when the winter time comes, you don't have to worry. You can just leave this. Okay.
It can, what is it? 80 watts? No, 30. I forget exactly.
It's 35 watts.
35.
So again, about for the 8 hours a day. What did we make it up as earlier on?
It was about a penny, less than a penny.
Yeah, it was 7 pence a day. For 8 hours, £2.20 a month.
At the same. That was.
It's about the same. There's a tiny difference in them. It's like 2 watts.
About a penny an hour.
Less than a penny an hour. Yeah. And that's cleaning your air for you. Okay.
And the filter. I mean, it's a massive filter, isn't it? You know, that's replaceable. You can wash it, or not wash it. You can
tap them out. Yeah.
Tap
clean
them out, vacuum them.
Yeah. But it will tell you as well when it needs. There's a light on here that will illuminate the scene.
Clean me. It says, yeah.
But it's on auto, so now you can just leave it in the winter time, and then as it gets dirtier, the air gets dirtier, it will start to clean it for you. It will up the speed.
Well, it could be. Like, I've got a through lounge, or I mean, lounge and kitchen are joined. So you cook a smoky dinner or something like that. You just stir fry or whatever, or fish, or you burn some toast or whatever. This is immediately going to purify the air. So it'll ramp it up.
Yeah.
It'll get all of the nasty nifs out, and because let's face it, smells they do linger, and especially if they are stale smells, which can often be bacteria related.
Yeah. I don't have one of these at home, but as you know, we just got our new kitten.
Well, I know, but Ellie's not very happy about that, is she?
But the kitten?
No, about not having one of these.
Oh yes, no, she loves that.
Because you had to take it back.
I had to take it back. Yeah, he sent me actually this one, and I put it in the house just because I always said that I won't bring anything or talk about anything that I haven't lived with for a while.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't talk about you. So basically, we put this in for a few days, and then when I had to take it away, Ellie was very, very sad about that. But I don't have one of these. But what I have got is I have got an air purifier in the room now over by the cat litter tray.
Sorry, I was just pointing at some fans over there.
Oh yes, yes, solo ones.
The solo ones.
So this will be great for cleaning smells and stuff like that out of the room.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. It's a brilliant fan.
I didn't think that through, did I? We used to always be doing this. You're like, what's wrong with him?
What's he doing? But yeah, great. But if it's just a fan that you want, the Beneco is the one. If it's you wanted to do more, you wanted to clean the air, plasma waves and all of that, it's this is the one to go for.
Amazing. Super stuff. $254.99. It is superbly made. I love this thing, honestly. I think it's one of the best pieces, stylish pieces of furniture, functional furniture that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I do want, you're absolutely right, I think I probably would get the Benecos for the bedroom and one of these for the for the living room.
I think, honestly, you should think about it, especially where you live, if you are talking about toxins and stuff like that. But here's something, do you know
Well, I live with my son, who's, as you know, he's lots of toxins come out of him.
Yes.
Yeah, on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's just when he's talking.
Oh!
David, if you're watching, I'm joking.
So he won't be watching. He'll be out with his trail of girlfriends.
Yes, the handsome man that he is. But the thing about these as well, there was something I was going to say to you, I've forgotten.
Oh, there was something I was going to say to you as well.
He's forgotten.
Also forgotten,
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, where you live, that's right. I was going to say to you that they say the studies will tell you, and it depends where you read. It can be a lot higher than what I'm going to say is that the inside air can be 10 times more polluted than outdoor air.
I've heard
so
that.
it's very important to have an air purifier in your house.
Yeah.
Because you think that years and years ago we didn't have, go back hundreds of years ago, there wasn't the pollutants of modern day technology. There wasn't pollutants from cars, all of those things. The air was a lot cleaner that we were actually breathing. But now all of those toxins and pollutants are there. So I think it's really important. We're not changed, our lungs and our noses and things. I think it's important to have an air purifier.
I agree.
Sam, get that for us. Did he chuck? I
tell you, let me just do a bit more of this.
Yeah, do that.
Sign language. My director will not allow me to throw to breaks anymore. For example, at his Freeview 89, see, it doesn't work. Alan?
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV. At ShopOnTV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV. ShopOnTV broadcasts across the nation every day from midnight to 3 a.m. on ITV1 and STV, and midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89. Away from your television, we've got you covered. The live broadcasts are also streamed on our website at shopontv.co.uk and on our YouTube channel at ShopOnTV Live, where you can catch up on anything you've missed. So, why not make it your daily ritual to tune in and check out the latest and greatest on offer? Outstanding quality, incredible value and superb savings with ShopOnTV.
So I said, don't poke it too hard or it'll have your finger off.
Really, yeah. And there you were just before that trying to line up that gag.
Yeah.
And he ruined it on you, didn't he?
He did it completely, honestly. Sometimes it's the comedy just doesn't align sometimes. You know, it's like I say Freeview 89.
No,
and then
Paul,
he'd
have been on it like
he'd have been on it like that, yeah.
Sometimes we had to put up with Kieran.
You do, and you don't want to say something like Freeview 89 and it plays the promo again.
No.
That would ruin the whole show. Anyway.
Moving on
up.
Yes, so now listen, we've got something
Sorry, Alan.
No, please,
I completely cut across you there.
No, that's quite okay. I'm sorry for talking when you interrupt.
Thank you. It's not even that good now. It's the build-up's way gone past the quality of the joke.
It's a bit like Freeview 89.
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV.
was never again. It was
Freeview 89.
No.
Don't work for me.
You're not, because you're not me.
Well, how do you say it?
Freeview 89.
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV.
Is it the enunciation? Is it the flick of the wrist?
No, he just because he likes
flourish. Oh, I see. Okay, understood. Now
I want the knife.
Alan,
please. Do you not know that movie?
which one?
When he goes in and he goes, I want the knife, please. And he's spinning the thing, no?
Which movie is it?
Golden Child.
Oh, the Golden.
Yeah, the Golden Child.
The Golden Child. Yes.
Numspa, brother Numspa has forgiven me.
Oh, Numspa,
Yeah,
yes.
when he's in the thing wanting the knife, he said, "You must ask me properly for the knife." And then the other guys go up and go, "I want to speak," and spin that thing that's on the column. And then Eddie Murphy goes, "I want the knife."
I love that. I haven't seen that since I was 18.
Great movie.
But it keeps coming up on my American. I have an American service where I buy my films, digital films from, because I used to live there apparently.
Did you?
Did, yeah. I don't like to mention it though.
Well, I never heard you say it before. So
at least more than once an hour, and it keeps coming up as a suggestion. It's on sale. I will have to buy it again because I do dig.
Golden Child. Or Coming to America, which is funnier.
Well, Coming to America is one of the best films ever made.
But the remake,
Coming to America 2,
dreadful. But yet the new 48 Hours is actually quite. Or Beverly Hills Cop.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I did.
And there's so many throwbacks.
He's a different Murphy, isn't he? He's more. I don't know. He was more mature, really. I suppose.
I love this.
And Kieran, we'll say that again, Kieran. The King and Queen from Coming to America. Yeah, James Earl Jones and that lady.
Yes.
They.
Oh,
they're Mufasa and Sarabi from The Lion King. Yeah.
I am King Jaffe Jafar.
Yeah.
Of Zamunda. Well, that's it. He's got his own money. He's got his own money. Prince Hakeem.
Oh, it was good.
And when he sits down on the thing.
Aha.
Yeah.
Aha.
Taste the soup.
And the other one, sexual chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started. I love that. I must have watched that film 20, 30 times. I absolutely love it.
Brilliant.
It is really brilliant.
We were talking today actually about scary movies, right?
Oh, yeah.
And the effect, genuinely, that The Exorcist had on me as a child.
Really?
Literally years to get over that. It was so frightening.
Wow.
And a fact about this is, do you know when they're doing that exorcism and the room is cold and you can see their breath?
Yes, yes.
Right? William Friedkin, who was the director of that, he actually refrigerated that room.
No, I know.
To make that movie, so it was more.
They used a lot of magicians on that as well, because I work with a lot of magicians for reasons I won't go into now, and so yeah, a lot of magicians and illusionists were consultants for the levitation and all that.
So
kind
scary.
Of stuff, yeah.
That was.
It messed up Linda Blair for years. I don't think she's ever been the same again, really, since she played that.
Scary movie. Scary movie.
Yeah.
Really
I love horror. Oh, I actually always thought my wish from a young age was
to live in America.
No. Well, yeah, but to basically, I love horror films. A friend and I, just very brief. Here's a fan. It's lovely. Buy it. A friend and I.
Did you feel pressured?
Jeff. And
who was Jeff?
My friend Jeff. We would go to Blockbuster Video. This is how long ago it was. And when he was staying at mine or I was staying at his. And we would rent 2 horror films. And we were very, very good friends. So we would spend probably most of the week at each other's houses. And we would always watch 2 horror films. And it got to I must have been 17 because I was driving. And it got to the point where we'd watched every single horror film that they had available in all of our local Blockbusters. So we were progressively having to drive further and further and further afield to try and find films that we hadn't seen. But I always wanted to be like the Hammer horror films, like Peter Cushing, or I wanted to be a regular player in a series of horror film. I mean, I wanted to be known as a horror actor, and it hasn't sadly happened yet. That or sci-fi.
Best horror movie for you?
Oh gosh, that's very hard to say.
Exorcist music.
Oh, we got Tubular Bells playing in our ears now. It's best horror movie in terms of sheer horror.
Yeah.
Believability. I would say Exorcist or The Omen. Because The Omen hits very close to home. Because,
yeah, I get the shivers there.
People actually, and the prequel to that was pretty decent.
It was.
Shining was very good. There are, it's so hard to say because you'd have to judge horror films based on their budget. If you didn't see a monster or whatever it was all the way through the film, you know that they were building up to put most of their budget into a big reveal at the end. If you saw stuff throughout, then you knew it was just going to be naff at the end. What is my favourite horror film?
You know, there's a remake of Nosferatu coming soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to be great. The Ting.
Reanimator.
I love The Ting.
Reanimator is one of my favourites.
Reanimator. The Ting.
The Ting.
I like that.
That's very good.
That was good.
Yeah. The original with Kurt Russell. Yeah, that's also very good.
Great movie.
28 Days.
No, I didn't like it. No.
It was good.
No. I watched only yesterday. Truth or Dare.
Oh, really?
Quite good. It's where there's a demon in it and they have to do truth or dare.
Well, sorry.
It's really good.
I'm such an idiot. What am I talking about? Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Raimi.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's a great
best horror film ever made.
Yeah.
That trilogy, although it started off very serious and then became a comedy by the third one.
I still say, for its time, taking everything in consideration, The Exorcist, hands down.
Yeah.
It scared so many people.
As a film that took as a serious horror film, yes.
Demi, why you do this to me, Demi? Yeah. Do you know what she did?
So many
we
lines.
Have to stop there. We can't.
I can't unfortunately say anything else. I'm thinking, yeah.
No, it's brilliant.
But these fans will cool you down on a hot
No,
exorcism.
they won't bring it down to freezing temperatures like that room in The Exorcist.
And they will not. They want to oust demons.
Yes. Now these are.
Well, we haven't tested it for that. They may very well.
May very well.
Who knows what effects UV has on demons?
Yeah, no UV in this one though. But what you do have, in a sense, so you get two of these. Okay, it's a twin pack. Now, can I just check? Is it two of the same color you get? I think it probably is. Two black.
Yes, it will be two black or two white.
So you choose which color you want. I would say to you, you might even get.
You can't choose a color, unfortunately.
You can't.
No, you can't.
So you just order and you get.
Well, no. Black and white are not colors; they're tones.
Oh, jeez.
I need to be careful because he's driving me home.
No. I was driving you home.
Well, he was driving me home.
I think I can sit in the car with him for another hour.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah. Don't say Freeview 89.
Right, so you get two of these, two blacks or two white, okay?
Yes.
So basically what we have here is I think this is brilliant. This is Vibrant as well. So this is Chris and Tony Mott's little brainchild as well to make this. So what we have got is a bladeless fan again, okay? And this is really designed for smaller areas, bedside. It's amazing because it's very quiet. It's got low noise appliance, 5 stars for that, and it's really simple in its function. So what we have our power button here, which is touch sensitive, okay, to turn it on and off, and then you've also got why isn't that coming on for me? Because I'm not doing it right from the other side. And you touch these, you've got 3 speeds, and then you've also got the ambient light inside, which changes to different colors. But you see the way this is plugged in? We give you the cable, okay, and it's on. I can plug this out and it's still on.
Right,
okay,
right.
and the ambient light is still working on it. So basically 3 fan speeds, it's rechargeable. It takes about 2 hours to charge this up from empty, and then it will last between 2 and 5 hours depending on whether you're using the light.
It sounds looks quite powerful.
Okay. So there you go, speed 1, speed 2, and speed 3.
Would you waft me, dear boy?
I will. Just let me see the ambient light first. So blue.
Yeah.
Again, green.
Oh, red. I like that.
So again, if you want to use this in a kid's bedroom or something like that.
See, my imagination is very furtive, and to me that's like it's almost a bit like I'm ready for a wafting. It's a bit like Portal. It's like Stargate. That's my little mini Stargate.
There you go. But it's a personal, so you can bring this with you.
Oh, it's good.
So if you're camping or something like that, you can when you get into the when you get in. Where
my finger's gone.
Where my finger's gone.
It's not
when you
quite
get
working.
into, your tent at night time or something like that, you've no power, obviously, or you can run it from a power bank if you want to, but you know that you have that chargeable function as well.
I've heard that this really is great, intense. No, what? Whoa! Stop it!
But for 30 quid, basically what they are each, you're getting 2 in a pack for 60 quid. I think that's really good value. It is bladeless.
I do too. They're really good.
Rechargeable, mood lighting, bladeless fan, 3 speeds.
They're great for a kids' room though, because also kids, it's got the fun colours.
Yeah.
Kids might want a safety light.
Yep.
Maybe they've just watched The Exorcist. And do you remember that when you were a kid? You probably shouldn't let kids see
I was about 12 when I seen it. I honestly, it traumatised me.
Well, you know that Evil Dead was banned in the UK for a long time. I didn't get to see it until years after.
I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah.
I'll watch it tonight.
Oh, I love it. The Deadites. And did you ever see Bruce Campbell did there was the Evil Dead TV show, Army of Darkness? No, not Army of Darkness. That was the film. There's a TV show.
There's Evil Dead. I never knew.
It's phenomenal.
It was really good.
It's called Ash and the Evil Dead or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I might watch that then.
It's blooming good.
And it genuinely is good.
Yeah, and Sam Raimi and his brother, because his brother is always in his films as well.
Okay, because we're going to move on in a second, right? I want to ask you quickly.
Yeah.
TV series, what's the best one you've ever seen?
For my taste, well, it used to be Doctor Who, not of late, and now it looks like it's going to get cancelled, and the whole Disney thing hasn't worked, and it was a disaster. And I should have been the blooming Doctor. I'm sorry, I should have been the Doctor 2 Doctors ago. That was my ultimate goal to one day play the Doctor. It'll never happen now, I'm sure, but. So not to say that this isn't one of my ultimate goals, to be on late night television presenting a fan.
Yeah, that's bladeless and cordless.
That's bladeless and cordless and powerful and rechargeable and portable. But this is apparently, you never know. It's a short hop, skip and a jump from late night fans to the TARDIS.
Yes.
I feel so ashamed at the fact that Doctor Who's been ruined again, even by the man who brought it back in to such great aplomb.
Come on, give us your favourite
My
favourite TV series.
My favourite TV series was Doctor Who, but otherwise Star Trek Next Generation.
Really? You're kind of, you are a sci-fi person.
I am sci-fi, yeah.
For me...
I've got so many TV shows then. Go on.
I'm going to give you 3.
Yeah, go on.
Not in any particular order. Dexter.
Oh, well, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The Blacklist.
Oh, yes. Very good. I watched all 10 seasons of that from day one.
I promise you this. Yeah. The last episode of the season finale was on recently. I cried.
Yeah.
I was so invested in Red Reddington.
I know. And
amazing.
James Spader was brilliant in
incredible.
That role. Yeah.
And my other one is Suits. My goodness.
Yeah. Well, I would agree with all those too.
Presumed Innocent. I've just finished watching.
I'm just about to start it. I've heard that's very good. You know, Suits is coming back. It's not with the original cast, but they're doing a spin-off in LA.
Yeah.
Orphan Black also is very good. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But no, Suits, because I missed the whole Suits phenomenon until like many people, when Netflix put it on, and everyone started. It brought the whole thing. It's made them all famous again. It's led to a spin-off. So no, Suits. Do you know what? I would come to work, and I couldn't wait till work was over so I could get home and watch a couple of episodes of Suits before I went to.
Blooming
to bed. Yeah.
But I'd say my all-time favourite has to be The Blacklist. Just phenomenal.
Yeah, it was good. Because I used to live in
La La Land.
Yeah, I watched it from day one. I auditioned for it twice.
Did you? Did you play what part?
I did. Russian bad guy, Russian politician, corrupt politician of some kind. My friend of mine got it. There were only about 5 or 6 of us in LA, actors who played the Russian characters.
What number comes after 88 but before 90? 89.
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV. At ShopOnTV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 from midnight to 6 p.m, and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV.
So it's a bit of a squeeze, but eventually it was worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. It sounds.
Oh, look!
It was.
It's a fan. No, it's not a fan. It is. Hang on, we've got the details of the Solo mini desk fan.
We do.
Which is included for free, or as a bonus, I should say.
No, that was the other one. That was the Vibra one.
Oh, that was the Vibra mini. Sorry, my apologies. I've lost the plot. That's all that. You've got my brain over onto horror and sci-fi films and TV, which I'm a. If you ever do a quiz, you want me there. For the film and the TV, section, one. Yeah. Well, it's my main business, isn't it? So, look at this. This is the tooth. Alan said something very kind to me tonight as we were coming in. He feels certain that I will end up playing Hagrid in the TV series.
In the TV series, I'm convinced of it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Many people are, and I think if I do get the meeting, then I think possibly they will be too. So we'll see.
think so. Yeah. You're perfect for it.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, so my ex-wife works in the movie industry, and we've tried to ask her to have.
She may be doing the stunts.
Yeah. Well, she won't be physio, but she'll be running the stunt department.
Running the stunt department. Yeah.
Yeah, I've nearly two.
No, I know. You know, this is 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, isn't it? You know, or 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
6 degrees, not 7 degrees. Somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. You know, one day it's got to happen. You know, somebody said to me years and years ago that my life number is 8.
Right.
So an 8 has a small top and a bigger bottom. So that means that the first half of your life will kind of.
It's like an ex-girlfriend of mine.
First half of my life will not really. I won't really get anywhere. But then when I move into the second half of my life, it will all start happening. So I'm knock on wood and all that. Now, seriously, when it comes to keeping cool, I'm going to stop talking about movies for a second, because I do genuinely, absolutely love this product. I'm about to buy 3 of them, and one for
Possibly
each.
2.
Possibly 2, and that's a good point. Good point. But certainly 2 of them.
Yeah.
They are that good. They're much better than any fan we believe that you can possibly buy, because you can't even really compare it to a fan.
You can't.
Not accurately.
Every single room in my house has a Bonaco. 235 in the living room.
Yeah. In
the dining room part, there is a 120.
Yeah.
In my daughter's bedroom, there is the 230.
Yeah.
In my bedroom, there's a 220 because it's a slightly lower one.
Yep.
And in the spare bedroom, there's another 120 up because it's got that little box where the stairs come up. Every single room. I genuinely bought a load of them when I was going back to Ireland to my mum and dad and brought them over. I wanted all my family to have them.
Yeah, sure.
Because they are genuinely, and I mean this, and seriously, when it comes to a fan, there's nothing, and I mean nothing in my opinion out there that even comes close to it. This Vibra one that we have here, we were talking about a minute ago, is brilliant because it treats your air. It's an air cleanser, an air purifier. But as a fan and a standalone fan, there's nothing like these.
They're even better. To give you a clue, or not a clue, a comparison. What is it? What do they call them? In America, they call them swamp coolers, which are the ones that you put water into.
Yeah.
Here, an evaporative cooler, so it uses water to help cool the air down, and those are more effective than a traditional fan. This is, I believe, as effective as an evaporative cooler without having to have any of the water or the extra malarkey.
Okay, I want to, if I may, folks, I want to just. This is the truth, right? When I got these for the first time, and I'm going back, it's either 4 or 5 years, okay? And I remember the first time using it, and I bought them blindly. I didn't see them on the show. I didn't know how they worked, other than Nipper, who was the floor manager at the time where we used to work, told me how it worked and what it did, and I just bought it because I needed something. Yeah. And I sat with this thing in the room, and I'll never forget that feeling of sheer delight at the way it's showered down the air. So you aim this to the ceiling. You don't aim this directly at yourself, albeit you can. But what you do is you aim it to the ceiling. And what it does is it draws in the air from underneath, a little bit like this, and then fires it out the front in a spiral like you can see just there, disturbing the air, pushing the hot air from up down, moving it and bringing it around. So if you're sitting on the beach or you're sitting in the garden and you get that breeze of air, you immediately think, oh, that breeze is stunning, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what this is doing. It's not bombarding you with air, just whacking in your face. It's annoying.
But also, if you're in the living room, if you're trying to watch the telly, and the fan's up really high, you can't hear what they're saying on the screen, you know.
And the noise of some fans takes out the sound as well. It kind of almost cancels it, doesn't it?
For sure.
And you can't hear it properly.
Competing sound waves.
Competing sound waves. This is a totally different kettle of fish. It is constantly moving air in all of the room, and the way it fires the air around, it cools everybody in the room. Everybody feels that breeze. Everybody.
And if you shut your windows and pull your blinds or your curtains closed, you know, so if you've got direct sunlight, because nothing's going to compete with direct sunlight, then you can maintain a cool temperature all throughout the hot period. Look, can I be honest with you? Well, it's not even about honesty, because I'm always honest. As Superman said, Lois, I never lie, and that's true. God's honest truth. But then how would you know if I was lying? But anyway. It's going to get uncomfortable in the next few days. Today, it was 27 today in London, wasn't it? 20, I think it's 20, it was 27. And it was just at that point where, I'm starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. I've got the windows open and, you know, I'm just wearing a polo shirt at home and that's about it, you know, some boxer briefs. But you know, once it starts to, the mercury starts to go up any higher to the 28, 29, 30, 30 plus, and I've got 30 on my app. Have you got a weather app there?
There you go, pal. Just
there it is. So this is in London. So today, 28 today. So in other words, Monday. 30 on Tuesday, and then we've got 26, 25, 25, 25, 25. But rain on those days, so it's going to be humid and muggy.
Humid and muggy.
So it's going to get uncomfortable. And all I know is on those days, I sit and I just sweat into my sofa, and which starts getting, you know, the sweat eventually becomes smelly, and, you know, I have to deodorize the sofa and steam clean it and all that kind of stuff. I know I'm going to be sitting up in bed. I'm going to be struggling to sleep. I know my lovely white mulberry silk bedding is going to turn a sort of a slightly sickly shade of yellow, and it's going to have to go in the old washing machine once the heat wave's over, and it's going to be horrible. You know it is. It's going to be horrible. And if you've got a regular fan, once you go past 28, 29, 30 degrees centigrade, it's just blowing hot air at you. You know this. You've probably suffered through it already many, many, many times. How many times have you vowed that you'd never do it again? I went through 2 summers in LA with just a fan, and at the end of it I said, I don't care if it cost me £1 million to have an air conditioner, I'm blooming well getting one. It was just miserable. Now, in that situation, when you're somewhere that's hot all the time, it's a given. I always say, why in new buildings do they never put in air conditioning? It's, well, nobody ever uses it. You might only use it once or twice a week, so it's not really worth the cost. And it's thousands to put in a full air conditioning system. A fan is no good. Evaporative coolers are okay, but they're not great. So what is the middle ground, really? What is the cost-effective way of providing an actual cooling solution in your home that works, that actually does cool you down, but it isn't going to break the bank? And the answer is this. This is engineered to get you as close to that air conditioning feel as possible without it actually being air conditioning or requiring water or ice or anything else to assist it. Although if it's a really hot day and you do want to, bowl of ice water underneath will make it a little cooler still. $159.99. Yes, it's more expensive, but it is superbly engineered. You know, a fan is a blade in a wire mesh, usually on a stand, and that's about it. This, Alan's going to get into, why is that curved? Why is this curved? Why are all these, what are these contours on the side? Everything about this is designed for maximum propulsion of air. And inside there, the reason it's so deep is because it's not a flat blade that's chopping the air. Imagine it like this. If you get your hand, here's my hand, and you go through the air, right? That's chopping the air, isn't it? That's what a fan blade's doing. When you've got a deep propeller type blade, if you go like that, it's the difference. Now I can feel the air on my hand there because there's wind resistance. There I can't. There I can. 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 Alan, there I can't. There I can. What?
I was just
not got the strength in my wrist that I used to.
I was. I'll say nothing. I was just looking there at air conditioning units. Now, as I say, folks, I'm not putting air conditioning units down.
No, they're
if
great.
you can afford to run them. But I was just looking, and one of the lowest usage of electricity on them was 1,000 watts, which is a kilowatt.
Yeah.
So that means that on the lowest power one that I could find there, somewhere 2,000, 3,000.
Yes, yeah.
It's going to cost you about 27 pence, 27.5 pence every hour to run.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So 10 hours is £2.75.
Yeah.
This here, for an hour, is costing you just under a penny.
Also, can I be perfectly frank with you?
Yeah.
The indoor air conditioners are never as good because the compressor's inside the room.
Yes.
And it gets very hot.
Yeah.
So, and also you have to be able to vent it.
Yeah.
And unless you've got a window that goes up and down like that or side to side like that, it's difficult to find a window kit that will adapt to it. And they have these big hoses, and they look, as a pro tem thing, they do a good job, but they are a faff to put in, and they are expensive to buy and expensive to run, and they never work as well as a window air conditioner with the compressor on the outside, or the full installed air conditioning.
So even that a 1,000 watt air conditioning unit is 27.5 times more expensive to run than this.
So £2 an hour, you said, is that?
It works out a kilowatt.
Yeah.
So about 27.5 pence an hour for the lowest rated one I could find. You can get £3,000.
So £2.70 for 10 hours. So about £6 a day.
Yeah. This one here is using less than.
So if you used it for
24 hours, about
I don't know, for 10 days, so that's £60. So 10, 20, for about a month out of the year. If you're using it for about a month out of the year, it's costing you about the same as this. Just in electricity.
I'm never going to ask you to mark my dartboards when
I'm really bad at maths.
Yeah, I noticed.
Oh yeah.
Because what he said made no sense.
No.
Anyhow, let's get serious for a second, right? If we may. So, the difference in this, and I really mean this, the difference is this, okay? So, if we look at this just here, this is a traditional fan blade. This is the fan blade that you look to see. This is exactly what Rob was talking about a second ago, right? I'll turn that to the camera over there. So now you can see how flat that is. So this is turning.
Hong Kong Phooey!
Quicker than the human eye. And this is cutting air, and it's not really making a lot of air.
Do you know who's the voice of Hong Kong Phooey?
I do not.
Scatman Crothers, who was the black gentleman from The Shining.
Was he?
Yeah.
And then look at the difference in that. That is the Beneco blade.
Yes.
And as it turned out, look at the contours.
It is literally the same as a propeller on a boat.
And what
sucking air and blowing it at the same time.
Pulling in air, firing it out.
Yeah.
And it does that at vast amounts. Okay?
How much?
1,260 cubic meters of air an hour.
Lord.
That's a raw.
That is a lot of air.
A lot.
It's an air mover. It's like it's like a JCB for air.
If you're sitting, I said on the beach or in the field or the garden, and you feel that dreadful heat on you, and any kind of a breeze, even though the air is not cooler, just the action of the breeze over your skin is cooling you.
Yes.
That's what the Beneco does. Just look at what's happening on that video.
Moving air is cooling air.
Moving air is cooling air. It's as simple as that. And that's the principle of this, moving vast quantities of air.
Can I just say, if you hate my guts, and maybe you can't stand the sight of Alan, would just get one of these in spite of us. Because, honestly, they are that good. You don't have to believe a word we're saying.
Literally just described my wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah, can't stand your guts and doesn't like the sight of me.
She likes the rest of you. Oh, I see. But at least it's just my gut. She likes the rest.
She loves the rest.
She loves the rest. And there's an awful lot to love. Yes. Most of my guts are falling out my stomach at the moment because I've got an umbilical hernia, but we won't talk about that.
Well, you just
Even
did.
though I just... See, that's what they call an overshare. See, I can't keep it. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Now I'm looking now, but then.
No, you don't want to see it. It's all there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about 4 inches.
Uncomfortable, painful?
It's slightly uncomfortable, but I was going to get it. I was scheduled for an operation, and a week before my operation, we went into lockdown.
Oh,
so they cancelled it, and they never contacted me again. So I'll probably go private at some point. But it's not dangerous at this point. It's not life-threatening. Can be if it gets strangulated, but it's just quite unsightly because I literally my intestines are pushing out against the. This is a lovely topic of conversation, isn't it? You know.
Wow.
Should I tell you about my other medical complaints?
Yes.
I don't have any. I'm otherwise in perfect health. Apart from my back, I twinged me back the other day, but that's.
And my left leg.
And my left leg.
And my gout, my front leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the ugliest name for a thing, isn't it? Gout.
Gout.
It's
yes.
just disgusting, isn't it?
It is
a horrible
disgusting.
name.
Like the word moist.
I like
There's
that.
just something about that word that's a bit icky, isn't there? You know.
I like that.
I wonder, is gout moist? I don't know.
No.
I've got a touch of moist gout. What is gout? I don't even know what gout
It's
is.
uric acid. It's not a fungal infection.
It's
fungal.
uric acid.
Uric acid build-up, and it's literally, I get it sometimes in
Do you?
the ball of my foot, and it's like walking on shredded glass.
Because the Romans used to get it because they have their indulgent lifestyle.
And King Henry VIII used to have it really badly as well. So we're eating too much rich food.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I'm actually, we are a very healthy and long life household. You know, my parents are both 82 and 83, and they're like spring chickens. You know. But look, the F230, it blows air. If you need to direct air, it's like getting Sondheim to come and tell the air where to go.
Look at that.
I love that. That
Great,
is just
isn't it?
magic.
Just holding that in that vortex of air. Now, right, watch this.
Yeah, do this again. This is just unbelievable, because once it's in that vortex, it's like being in a twister. Look at that. You know, we've moved the fan to an angle of almost 45 degrees. Well, not quite 45. Well, how much further will it go before it falls out? Just keep going until I can catch it. Is that as far as it goes? I want to see how far.
No, I don't know. I'm going to keep going.
It's still going. I don't believe it. I genuinely. Oh, all right. So about 45 degrees.
45?
Turn it back a bit and I'll shove it back in your tunnel. There you go. Sorry, that didn't come out right.
Oh my God.
So sorry.
Turn it back a bit and I will shove it back in your tunnel.
Honestly, that did not come out the way the air tunnel.
I can't believe that I repeated that.
Oh, I can't believe I said that out loud. That honestly I could have worded that better, couldn't I? I do apologise.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone's laughing. I'm too innocent to understand myself. But there we are. $159.99 is the price, and you can have your own tunnel at home of air, and you can have your own balloon fun.
But apart from getting that and moving all of that air, and remember, you don't aim this towards yourself. You can, of course, if you want.
You can if you like. It is nice direct. Or, do you know when it's good direct? At a distance.
At a distance.
So like last night when I was doing the vacuums and things with Mike Saint, we had one of these, that one actually 30 feet away, and it still felt like we were getting, it was like we were under air. He thought it was air conditioning.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again, please, Gemma. That whole thing. So when she was little, she used to talk into fans to make herself sound like Darth Vader. You probably can't do it with that one. I don't know, because the technology is probably slightly. Should we try? Can we crank it up and see if it works as a vocal changer?
Luke, I am your father. No, it doesn't do it.
No. Well, if you got to go in the front, haven't you got to go in the front?
In the front of it. Let's have a look.
Oh no, it doesn't. Can I just say the correct? That is not the correct line. That he does not say that.
I know. He said, "What is it? What is the actual line?"
He goes, "No,
I
am your father."
And of course, they never said "play it again, Sam" either.
No, apparently not. Yeah.
What does he say? Something like "play that one," you know the one, Sam, or something like that.
It's been a long time.
Watch this. You ready?
Yeah. Hey! It's a new. We've invented a new sport.
When you get this, by the way, we do give you this little F50 as a little freebie bonus as well, as a thank you.
Complimentary.
Now, what we do is complimentary.
You can't say it's free because it has an intrinsic value.
It has an intrinsic value, yes.
And if you do return the item, you have to return both.
Yeah. this is what you get. You get the cable with it, with the USB at the end of it. So USB-C at the end. So you probably have some of them anyway. So all you need to do is use an existing plug that you have and plug it in, or alternatively, a power bank side of your computer into a wall socket or something like that that perhaps has, you know, one of the USB things on it. But yeah, and you've got.
I love a good power bank, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I bought a really massive one that's can power my laptop, and it's always good to have. You always want to have a good power bank.
Yes, it's important.
Yeah.
2 speeds on this as well. Again, you can feel that from over there. It's just so good, and it's brilliant if you're, you know, public transport, things like that, you know, for work or something
tube.
like that.
Do you know why they can't air condition a lot of the tube?
No.
Because when they built the tunnels, there's not enough room. There's not enough clearance to put the units anywhere.
Great feat of engineering. Back in the 1800s when they built that, it's just amazing.
Oh, it's extraordinary. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Elizabeth line has air conditioning because they built the tunnels knowing that they would have air conditioning on the trains.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, some of the newer lines do, but some of the I'm fascinated by the tube. Do you know what I missed out on? Because whoever is running the Transport Museum now is very smart. So they do these walking tours, and you can go to closed and disused and abandoned stations. And there's one station actually that exists, and during the war, it was actually a backup for the nuclear codes and, you know, launching of the, and it's still to this day it's a closely guarded secret as to where it actually is. But the other one, they do vintage train rides. So do you remember the red tube trains?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because when I was growing up on the Jubilee line, they had red tube trains that had these wonderful plush green seats, and that's I think that was 1930s stock or something like that.
Right.
And so they every now and then they've restored one, and you can ride it between you know, sort of certain two destinations. The last one got cancelled because those idiots going around with paint who think they're saving the world ruined the train. Oh, if I got my hand on them. Don't get me started on that. I'm not here to make political points or have an opinion about that at all. But but they did clean the train up, and then they did run it. I can't wait. You've got to book it really quickly because they sell out phenomenally quickly.
Yeah.
But the tube is the history of the tube is fascinating.
Have they went down that deep and built those tunnels? And
in those days. Well, even I watched when I was in the States. I mean, and they started on the Elizabeth line, or I forget what it was called at that time. It was fascinating watching the documentaries they made about it and the engineering. It's just phenomenal. I bet it was quite hot down there actually as well.
Although, you know, when you go down deeper, it can be quite cool down there as well, can't it?
Yeah, it can be, but that doesn't really help me segue into a fan, does it?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah. Maybe they used fans.
Maybe they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably had some fans down in them tunnels.
Yeah.
They came across a whole ancient burial site, didn't they? And all sorts of stuff when they were, a plague, I think it was a plague pit, wasn't it?
Nah, don't know that bit of it.
Oh.
I doubt now.
I don't know. But what you do know about is fans.
Yeah.
Tell us about fans.
Well,
have we had any, speaking of fans, have we had any emails? We'll see if we've had any emails. You go ahead. You go ahead, Al.
No emails. But apparently, the other night on that brilliant show you did with the little microwave toasty.
Oh, the microwave munchie, yeah.
Yeah, that was the most
record email. Yeah, it was actually akin to the shows we used to do on ITV back at the other place. It's because a lot of our viewers are on ITVX, and we're not broadcasting on ITVX at the moment.
Right.
But we should be soon.
Brilliant news.
So that will be, yeah. But if you are watching, I tell you what, look, what time is it? We've got, good Lord, we've still got half an hour to go.
29 minutes.
So 29 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching, would you mind saying hello? Just drop us a wee ditty to studio@shopontv.co.uk, just so that we know that we're not sitting there on our own talking to nobody. We love the company. I mean, we're not talking to nobody because we're talking to each other. But what should we ask for? How about jokes?
Oh, we got one.
We got one. Hey! Someone signed their name. They said that Paul, can you let Rob know that he's still very handsome? Thank you very much. Compared to when, though? I mean, I know. Oh, I've got to lose. I started twice, and then I went on holiday. Then I came back. 2 days on my diet, and what do they give me? What show do I get? The Micro Munchie.
Yeah.
What do? I eat sandwiches the whole night.
Yeah, but you have to.
Honestly, I so much as look at a cheesecake and I gain 68 stone.
68 stone.
I've decided the way to go is to accept that I might not be long for this earth and go and live in one of the eastern countries where they love the larger man because it's a sign of prosperity. I once taught some Chinese students at the acting studio where I used to teach in Los Angeles, and they barely spoke English, and we had a translator. And after my classes, they all came up to me and said, "Oh, you're so cute." And I was like, "What? Cute? Me? Really?" They were adults, by the way, just for the...
Channel 89!
ShopOnTV broadcasts across the nation every day from midnight to 3 a.m. on ITV1 and STV and midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89. Away from your television, we've got you covered. The live broadcasts are also streamed on our website at shopontv.co.uk and on our YouTube channel at ShopOnTV Live, where you can catch up on anything you've missed. So, why not make it your daily ritual to tune in and check out the latest and greatest on offer? Outstanding quality, incredible value and superb savings with ShopOnTV. ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89 with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV.
Alan,
Yes!
you are hot.
Hot in the city.
You're 30 degrees.
30 degrees.
Hold on, just wait one sec. I just want to. Your brain is 32.2 degrees.
Fantastic. It shows it's working.
Oh, hours of fun with one of these. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason I have a thermometer.
The thermometer.
Yes, is in front of us we have a bowl of water, warm water. These are going to be, or are indeed now already on the table, the Handy Solutions Instacool Magic Towels. A set of 3. You get a green, you get a red, and you get a blue. They actually cool water down. So we almost sold out of these yesterday, and we had to beg for some more stock. There's not much left. Literally, there's only a handful of them. So I'm measuring the temperature of the water. We're going to get a camera over any second so I can show you. Oh, there we are. That is 39 degrees, that water. Okay. Alan, would you do me a favour, sir?
I shall.
Would you mind removing the towel from the package?
Yes.
So, and they come in this wonderful little package with a carabiner, so you can carry it around.
Can I ask you to put the...
Yeah, I'm just going to check the... Yeah, okay, so this is currently at 24.2 degrees.
Right.
Would you mind immersing the towel in the bowl of lukewarm or 40-degree water, please? Thank you. Get it nice and wet.
Yeah.
Really soak that bad boy. Excellent.
Shocky.
Shocky.
Right.
Now, if you give it a little wring, you don't have to wring it out completely, just enough. Now, what you have to do is extend it fully. Okay. So, long lengthwise. Now, you need to do a few...
Little jerks.
A little jerk. Yeah, tuggy. Wafty, waft. Right, if you now just give it a little fold, just so you can hold it at a... easily. Well, do you want to flip it back so that...
It's fine, go on.
I just wanted to recreate the situation from before. Right, so now... Yeah, I need the blue side. Yeah, there we go, lovely. Right, so that water has gone from 40 degrees to... It's gone in half. 22. Do you want to fold it up again? 22.4 degrees.
Well, let me just do the same thing again.
Yeah. It's better when it's out. Did you say, Gemma? Okay, fine. I don't know. I'll take you. Okay. Okay. So, oh, sorry. I just took the wrong temperature there. Okay. So now we're at 21.4. Or sorry, 21.7. Oh my. 20.1. Hold on. 19.7.
Wow.
Still 19.7. think we've got to the point where that, 19.6.
But that feels so cold.
So it's literally half. Give it another dunk.
Give it another dunk?
Have another dunk.
Well, it's more of a little waft.
Oh, sorry, another waft. I beg your pardon, yeah.
So
it does feel very cold to the touch, doesn't it? But, you know, lovely.
Lovely.
It literally just went into 40-degree water. 19.3.
But the thing about it is, you think about this, right? When you get into your car and you put your air conditioning on, you set that to about 17, 18 degrees.
Yeah,
it's freezing. So that's what you have here. But I can tell.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. Well, so the water we put it in,
it's so cold.
I know.
That is, it really is magical. It's brilliant. That is so brilliant. Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so lovely.
So we put it in a bowl yesterday. The water was about 30 degrees, and it actually went down to 17 degrees.
Wow,
but
is beautiful.
It literally, we've even got it down to 15 before.
Feel it, just grab that and feel how cold that is.
It is absolutely. It is
so cold.
It's like it was dunked in ice.
Genuinely, it is. Yeah.
I love at night
chocolate
now
on your biscuit?
Yes, until such time as my Bonaco fans arrive. This is what I've been recommending to my son. I used to do this with a flannel that I would put in water and then stick in the fridge. And a cold, compress. Oh. What is Alan doing? I can't see.
Don't worry.
Oh, that's so good. Are you measuring my statistics?
Your hernia is 29.1.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Right. So
Excellent.
what I've done is, so my hand, right?
Yeah.
Oh, crispy bacon. Let's hear his joke.
Crispy Bacon has emailed in. What does a wind turbine and a rock musician have in common? They're both heavy metal fans.
Oh, love it.
That's
heavy metal
very
fans.
good. I have a feeling that Crispy Bacon made that up, which because of my jacket like that, it looks like a really big bum. Ironically, the one part of me that isn't big, from the waist down, I've got little legs and a little bum.
Do you know when?
It's all here, you see.
Do you know we're talking about the moving air being cooling air, right?
Yeah.
So if I measure the temperature of my palm,
Yeah.
it's 32 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So we should see that there now.
Yeah.
31.6,
Yeah.
right? Now talk about moving air cooling things. So this is what you're basically in. The air is moving around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just leave my hand here for a moment. So what was it, 31.6?
31.6.
Right, so I'll give it a few minutes or a few seconds. 31.6, let's see if it's changed any. 29.9.
Ooh, 29.9.
That just goes to show you
It's cooled your body
it's
down.
cooling my body down. So if all of my body was in that, obviously it's cooling down even further.
Yeah.
Freeview 89, you can see behind me. So again, as the air is moving over you, this is cooling, and that's what the Bonaco does. It gets air moving across everybody. So again, let's have a look.
Oh, that's so good on the eyes. Oh.
29.5. There you go, it's gone down another 0.5 degrees. So again, just drop it down. So again, when you're in this cooling air, it does drop your temperature by a couple of degrees. And of course, the longer you're in there, the more it's going to cool you down, because the more that it's coming over you. It's
Every cooling solution we can think of.
Yeah.
I mean, are we selling ice? Have we got any ice? These towels are absolutely extraordinarily good.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you have a dog or pets, generally they tend to overheat. Is that right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't have time for pets, I'm afraid. So they can only sweat through their paws. Oh, well, that's a bit of a rubbish design, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, and their tongues. That's why they've always got their tongues out.
Yeah, they're always panting. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow. I suppose I've never seen a sweaty dog. That would explain it.
That would explain it. I suppose they'd be all matty and horrible.
Oh, that would be awful. Yeah.
That's interesting doing. I like it.
Yeah, no, it literally proves the point. Honestly, if you don't get one of these, if you can't afford one of these, I get it. I do understand they are a bit more expensive, but they are top quality Swiss construction.
31 to 29.7 to 29. That's what my hand has gone down to.
I don't suppose that the fan would, if you pointed at the fan, it would measure the temperature really.
28.4 has gone to now. Look. Wow. So that's really dropped. No, I probably wouldn't.
No, because it's moving, isn't it?
Yeah. 23.8.
Oh.
So it is. The air in there is cool.
Well,
so again, 23 minutes. So the air that the temperature in there is cooler.
It's cooler, yeah.
Yeah. So it just proves a real point, doesn't it?
$159.99 gets you one of these. They are a worthwhile investment, and you do get the complimentary F50 as well. And by the way, look, I meant to say, do you know I haven't mentioned this all night? How remiss of me. They are available on PayPal Pay in 3 as well. So what you can do, because did you know, Alan, on PayPal Pay in 3, when you use that facility, you can actually spend between £30 and £2,000. You can get an approval for between that amount. And also, we have capped postage and packing. The first $4.95 is always capped. So these, for example, because they're big, they do have a couple of extra pounds on top. But so let's say, for example, you bought 2 of these. Yeah. There's £2 extra on each of the shipping and handling, so that's £4. The capped P&P at $4.95, it remains there, so you would pay $8.95. Does that make sense? And if you bought 3, it would be $10.95. And if you bought 4, it would be $12.95, and so on and so forth. If you buy items that are just $4.95, they're all the same P&P, our standard P&P charge, then you'd only pay that once, and that's for every time you check out. But the point I was going to make is that you could put as many in as you want, and then you can you select PayPal as your option for payment at checkout. It'll take you to the PayPal website. You can select Pay in 3. You can go through whatever process they need you to go through to be approved for that. And once that is all done and dusted, the order will be processed, go through and come back to us, and these will be on their way to you. They will start their journey to your home or wherever you're having them delivered tomorrow. And by the way, you don't have to have them delivered to your own home. If you've got an elderly mum who's going to be suffering through the hot heat wave, as opposed to the cold heat wave.
Yeah, because the cold ones do come often.
They do. Then you can have this delivered wherever you want to, basically. Yeah. Good. That's it. That's all I have to say on that matter. Good. That's nice.
We've got some really adult
Apparently we've
jokes.
got some, yeah, I love, do you know, Ricky Gervais did this so well. I love awkward silences on television. I enjoyed that. That was a really wonderful moment. No, apparently we can't read out half your jokes. Send us some clean ones. But do keep sending them in, thank you.
I'm trying to think of a family one, but...
Oh, apparently there's one that's coming that she just can't read.
Well, let Rob be the decider of that.
Well, tell me and I'll sit and you tell him about the fans, I'll listen to the joke. Well, if you don't tell me, I don't know, Jemmy. You've got to... Dunno.
No, I think you can tell that one. I think that's fine.
Why did the baker have brown hands?
Yeah.
Because he needed a poo?
Yeah, he needed.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, yes. Oh, that's my kind of level, that is. Bit of toilet humour. That's look, if you can't say the word poo, I mean, we've been saying that since we were knee-high to grasshoppers. That's excellent. Needed a poo. Needed a poo. I love that.
You didn't quite get that.
I didn't get it. No, it took a while for that one to sink in.
Yeah.
The baker, the baker that you need, and the bread, and yeah. They didn't give us their name, unfortunately, for fear of retribution, I think.
That deserved a name check, really.
It did deserve a name check.
Yeah.
Send us more like that. Send us whatever you like. Juvenile jokes. I love a good juvenile joke.
Yeah, ones that are like fit for kind of 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Something like that.
How many ears did Mr. Spock have?
3.
Oh, you know that one then. Go on in.
Left ear, right ear, and a final front ear.
That's it. Very good. Yeah. That's the way he tells.
We're here all night, and we're here till 3.
Yeah.
Hi. So let's talk about fans. I would want to just, because I know that genuinely that you guys, a lot of you people out there have got these in your baskets. So before we finish, I do want to go through a quick round of why these are so good. So when it comes to a traditional fan, you get those clickety clackety ones, right, that move backwards and forwards, and they don't really move a lot of air because that there is the blade. I'll turn it to that camera because we're just about to get that. So it does very little, okay? So it's not doing a whole lot about moving air because it's not doing a great deal. But watch this, okay? Look at the difference. If I move out of the way, you can see the contours of this one here from Beneco, and it's designed very much like kind of a propeller. So it's drawing in air and pushing out air, and it does that at vast amounts as well, and it does it really efficiently. Now have a little look at what it shows there as well, because you can see that it's pulling the air in from the bottom and the sides, those side vents, and firing it. I love that little animation there. That shows just the vast.
It's very good.
It's like 1,560 cubic meters of air every single hour it's moving. So it shows basically how much power. That's it. That's just fabulous. And we all know that when air is moving, it's cooling. So it's like the breeze that you feel, and that's what you feel. You don't feel this direct gush of air, just like on you, okay? You just feel that shower of air, that beautiful, and especially at night time when you're lying in the bed, and you're going to notice this when you get yours. You're just lying there and you aim it, like in my room, it's over that side of the room and it's aimed up, okay? Like you imagine where it aims up like a snooker ball and bounces and comes back down.
Sure.
And you literally feel it coming down the back of the wall and down the headboard and across, and it just has this most beautiful sensation. It's just this. It's like a blanket of cool air. It's not drying you out. It's not when you're breathing, drying your eyes out or anything like that. It's just this beautiful blanket of cool air. And it does it so beautifully. And until you experience it, I can tell you all about it. But you have to experience it. And it does that by drawing in air from the underneath and the sides and firing it out the front. And again, with this animation, you can see what it's doing. And it doesn't just, cool one person that it's on at the, as the other fans move around, and you get a bit of respite every couple of seconds, every minute or two. This showers the whole room and cools everybody at the same time in a room. Sitting on the couch, sitting, at the table, if you've got an open plan place, it cools everybody. It's just the most brilliant thing.
I apologise for my tittering, by the way.
You must have got a joke.
Well, no, it was so apparently the phrase tuggy tuggy waft waft has caught on, and apparently now people can't stop thinking about tuggy tuggy waft waft.
Oh, because that's with that.
Tom and Graham, they can't stop saying it.
Tuggy waft waft.
Let's still do it.
Did I say that? Did I?
No, that's what I've been saying for the last couple of. I said it to you.
Right.
Because you have to go. Oh, well, you could do. If you wanted, you could go for the two triplets. Tuggy, 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 waft, waft, waft. Tuggy, waft, tuggy.
Waft.
They're saying it. I can't hear them, but I know they're saying it. Or doing it. Who knows? Maybe they already have their magic towels.
That's brilliant.
Yes. What were we talking about?
I just finished talking about the fans. By the way, adjustable. You can take out
By
the
the way,
poles, make it lower.
Captain Kirk did a poo once.
Did he?
Yeah, it was the captain's log.
All right, yeah. Did you know that he did the women's underwear?
Did he?
Yeah, Ranger, yeah, Shatner knickers. His name was William Shatner, that's what he called him.
Shatner knickers, yeah. I don't know if we'll get away with that one, but even if we don't, it was worth it.
Hey, that's what they're called. He's William Shatner.
I know. I know. Yeah. He's got a whole range of products, hasn't he? Shatner curtains. Shatner bed. No, that was the Aquaman actress that had that range, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, Freeview 89.
ShopOnTV also broadcasts every day from midnight to 6 p.m. on Freeview Channel 89, with an even wider range of must-have products at market-beating prices. So, check your electronic program guide for the latest show schedule and tune in daily to grab the offers while they're still available. There's more to see with ShopOnTV. At ShopOnTV, our goal is to provide you with the best shopping experience possible. Our team of shopping experts is dedicated to sourcing the latest, greatest and most desirable products at the lowest prices available, delivering them to you quickly and conveniently and ensuring your complete satisfaction. We're passionate about maintaining the highest standards of quality and service every step of the way, from design to dispatch. You'll find us on ITV1 and STV from midnight to 3 a.m, Freeview Channel 89 $9.99 from midnight to 6 p.m. and on YouTube at ShopOnTV Live. Our daily broadcasts are your TV window into the global marketplace, presenting you with a collection of carefully curated must-have items, demonstrated by our on-air team with honesty, integrity and trust. Plus, there's even more in our online store at shopontv.co.uk. So when it's time to shop, shop on TV.
I just want to say, if I may, and welcome back, by the way. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. I have to be very, very careful how I say this. If you see one of these somewhere else at a seemingly too good to be true price, please be careful, because I know that I can't really say much. But these, if they're around our price, they're a little higher than our price. That's what they normally sell for. Those are the reputable dealers, and there are a few people that I think there are even some department stores and such that do sell them, but they will be above our price. And remember, now I know we include the bonus fan, but if they are like really, really low in price, I'm just saying, please be careful, because I know there is one person out there selling these that shouldn't be, and I don't know if this is the person that I've been being told about. I'm just saying, do your due diligence, please, and make sure that there is a firm return policy, or they're being sold through, like for example, if it's Amazon, make sure Amazon are the ones dispatching, because Amazon will do the returns, and that way you're safe. If it's a marketplace seller, just be wary and do some research first. These are coming direct from Bonaco. There
is one person that imports these in, and it is Chris Mott and Tony Mott.
Yep.
And they work directly with Bonaco to import them into this country.
Yep.
And that is who's dispatching these for you.
Yes,
coming
absolutely.
directly from.
Yeah, and any department, any big name department, high street stores,
they will be supplying to them.
Chris, and yeah, they would be getting them from Vibra Solutions, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyone else? Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Right.
If something is too good to be true,
it usually is. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. I can imagine the horror stories. But anyway, these are genuine. These are legit. They are worth every penny. I think it's a shame also that somebody is devaluing this, because, you know, but we won't get into that. This is worth every penny.
100%. Yeah. It is really, and I know, listen, we have a lot of fun here, Rob, and we do go off.
I've had a really good crack tonight.
Yeah, good fun. And you know something, there should be a bit about that, because if we sat here talking for, 3 solid hours about air movement, people would go,
well,
come on. You know.
Well, we've had air movement, we've had bowel movement, had,
Yeah, we have.
What kind of movement should we do next?
We'd have protruding bowel.
We've talked hernias. With Rob's, Rob's medical conditions.
We do have a lot of fun on the show, but
tuggy waft waft.
Tuggy waft. But I can tell you this, and I really mean this, and I cannot tell you how strongly I feel about this. The Bonaco fan is pure and simple, hands down, the best fan that you will purchase. I just think they are incredible. The way they move the air, the quietness of them. I've had some of them over 4 years now, and they're still super quiet. They still work beautifully, and there's nothing gone wrong with them.
They are superbly engineered.
They have been engineered beautifully.
I've never seen a fan have a fan.
Like me. Yeah. Honestly, I cannot. I tell everybody, anyone who will listen, if they're saying I'm buying a fan, just get one of these.
Because this is not a fan.
It's an
when
air
you say
shower.
You're going to go, if you're hot, and let's face it, we probably only buy fans because of that reason, and you know it's going to be hot, then you go out and you buy a fan. But you're not really buying a fan. You're buying a device that we call a fan that doesn't actually do what you want it to do. It does it.
All right, Rob.
It does it. Sorry, excuse me. It's the so fizzy water. It does it to a point, but then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
This is a specialist device for cooling air.
Yeah.
And it does
by moving it.
What? Yes. It does exactly what you want it to do. Sorry. And here it is. You can see it. It's almost like magnetic, isn't it?
But it's properly designed and engineered, and Bonaco, they're a Swiss company, and quite frankly, it's the second best thing to come out of Switzerland, I think.
As the first one being the
Toblerone.
Oh, yeah.
But you see lately now they've got a bigger gap in it, so you get less chocolate.
No way!
Have you not seen there's a gap?
I haven't had a
between
Toblerone. No, I haven't seen a Toblerone since I did my talk show. You know, we gave away personalised Toblerones.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you know you're not supposed to pull them to break them? You're supposed to push them towards each other to break them
really?
off. Yeah, that's what you do, yeah.
That probably would be easier.
Yeah, you just push.
Oh my God! Do you know what? The other thing, you know, when you get those long tubes, packets of sugar at the coffee places.
Yeah.
And you tear the end off.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to split them in the middle.
No way.
Yeah, and it's so much easier.
Oh my
Literally
word.
just split them, fingers either side, split them in the middle.
Oh wow.
Done.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And crisp packets, if you want to, actually I know this, if you want to throw them away without them taking up a lot of space, you fold the outer packet into one corner.
Yeah, what
it
I do
makes
is
a
I
little
push
hole.
it down through a little ring in my
Do you?
thumb and finger.
Is that, how'd you do that? Yeah, you
So
just
push
it in.
push it in like that.
Yeah.
And then keep pushing it
And
in.
keep pushing it in,
yeah,
eventually it's-
makes a little bullet.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so where does the Swiss Army knife sit on your list then?
What?
The Swiss Army knife, where does that sit on your list?
List of what?
Of things, great things to come out of Switzerland.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that. I've never owned one in my life.
No, I haven't actually.
No.
No.
So therefore it must
No,
be
you're right. Chocolate Toblerone could live on that. I'd like to say other brands are available, but there aren't.
Milka, that's another good one from Switzerland.
Which one?
Milka.
Milka.
Milka chocolate. Why is the Milka cow lilac? Do you remember the ad?
I think he's lost the plot finally, ladies and gentlemen. I can only apologise.
Why is the Milka cow lilac?
Milka?
It is. Seriously, Milka was an.
One of my good friends is Swiss, actually.
Yeah.
That Swiss, they're very, they have very, very specific laws, and they're very good. They're good watches as well.
I know.
Whether you're wearing one, so that should be at least 3 on your list. But one of the laws are generally to help the people. They're actually quite thoughtful laws. And one of them, I believe, my friend told me that you're not allowed to pee standing up after 11 o'clock at night.
So it's quieter.
You have to sit down so it's quieter, so you don't disturb your neighbours. Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently.
Must have. Well, I've never had a pee that I thought would disturb my neighbours.
So, who said this? Somebody, anonymous, of course, but they apparently said I'm too hot. That's why I need all these fans.
Love it.
Thank you very much. If only it was a popular opinion. Alan, thank you, mate. See you again soon. I'll see you next Friday.
God bless.
Good night. Bye.
See you tomorrow.